Didn't need an intro because we already did that for 3 hours. So, welcome to Whiskey Wars. Yes, we're going after dark. It is nearly midnight my time, but hey, we're going to keep this thing going. This is the after party, folks. So get your drinks ready. If you don't have a drink poured, then pour something. And welcome to the weekend, everybody. It is Friday. Cheers, all. And let's get to some comments and bring some folks on and keep this party going, shall we? First up, we got John joining. John. I said John Johnning. That's not right. Cheers, John.
My little good old Armagnac J. Henry. So
there we go. Yeah, let's get a full panel going tonight. Come on, everybody, hop on. Let's have fun on a Friday night, shall we? So confused. Does this mean nonstop Metallica tonight? I'll get my earmuffs. Just saying. Bad X Bobby also in the house. What's up, Bobby? Good to see you, man. Bobby checking in way early at 11 p.m. Let's see here. We got Z-Man in the house.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
We got Whiskey Uncensored with eggplants and peaches. I like it. Hey, assholes, says John. Jig saying happy holidays. Jade saying, let's go. Hell yeah. Bobby,
Richie Z, what's up, brother?
Richie Z in the house, the legend himself. Cheers, Richie. Good to see you, man. Cheers, buddy. Great shot in the house. Myself just saying stuff. John Cloud over here from Mash and Metal. Thank you everybody that hanged out on Mash and Metal. Much appreciated. Hopefully you guys like the Queen stream there. I think we had fun with it.
That was a fun time tonight.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Yeah, we're going to try and vary it up going forward on Mash and Metal. Some of it may not be metal, so Shred will probably give me shit about it, but nonetheless.
But that's more fun being the pre-party than...
Yeah. There you go. Like Great Shot said, jump on. Everybody jump on. The link is live,
that's
so
right.
If you got a camera, hop on in here. Holla, Bendejas. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. That's that word. I have a Mexican friend that really gets offended at that word.
I mean, it's an offensive word. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it means dumb bitch. So it's not a kind phrase. Is this the
Greg? Sean isn't Simon. He's not going to change shirts.
Fucking guys.
Louis the Fifth. What you noising over there? What's up, Louis? Good to see you, man. Any copyright hits yet? Probably immediately, Ben. Yeah, I assume as soon as it hit YouTube, it's just copyrighted hell and probably blocked. What's up,
brother?
Metallica's numero.
Slapshot's here. I got one that he really likes. So Slapshot love this stuff.
There you go. Yeah.
I know Jigs likes this one too.
Look at all these great
Jigs, you're a fan of that one too. So.
Oh, of course.
All right, let's see here. Good thing Sean is not doing an outfit change. Nothing runs a good stream like a wardrobe malfunction. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we can do.
It's always a good thing. That's.
Yeah, I can just pop the snaps, man.
Ooh, one Scotia. There you go. Yeah, man.
Let's see.
All fall out.
What did you think of the Phil Karens you got, Jigs?
Nice one.
Major Zero checking in. What's up, man? Suicidal Pancake. That is my son right there. Yeah, currently 2 shots in myself because dealing with some. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, X's are always annoying. Mr. Jake's hanging with the boys. Everybody say hi to my son. Real name Mark. I'll give you last name, but
that's your real name's Mark. Oh well, I can identify with that. Cheers,
yeah. Mark's at a Mark. Yes, and as Major Zero said, please hit that thumbs up. That's not what I said. Click the wrong thing. Hit the thumbs up. That's what we're looking for right there. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Get the likes going there. Melissa R., did I find myself in another whiskey chat? Uh-oh. What can you do?
I think Ben just wants to watch the video of you reproducing. That's all.
What's up, y'all? So I mean, technically stepson, but I mean, they've been mine since they were very young, so he's mine now. What's up, Mark? Says Bourbon School. Glad to see everyone. Says my son and Major Zero. I'll see her. He has reproduced. There you go. I mean, actually, I'm not entirely sure that I haven't reproduced, but for the sake
I don't have any kids that I know of. That's
exactly. To my knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, I've been married for 20 years, but I don't have any kids.
Yeah.
That I know of.
I don't know of any, but you never know. That's
no one has contacted me for child support. That's all I can say.
That's a huge plus.
Yeah. All right. So where are we at, folks? What's everybody drinking first? So let's get to that. I'm drinking water right now because I hit it pretty hard on Mash and Metal. So Z popping up was that 10 cup? Which
10
one
cup?
is that?
10 year?
10 year.
10?
Yeah.
10 cup 10 year. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to get to the solos. I'm just very slow.
the J. Henry LaFlamme, the Armagnac finish.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Oh, I'm back on this one.
Oh, the blue corn. Okay.
Yep. That's quite good.
I like the label.
Quite
That's
sweet
cool. That's
tasting.
cool.
And
That's a nice thing.
man,
Down to almost the shoulder already, Mark. So it must be pretty good.
no, it's quite good. Oddly,
I
some
love me some
like
Glen
I said, blueberry notes.
Okay. And Jake's
Glen
on some
Scotia,
Glen
Campbelltown?
Scotia. Okay.
Ooh,
Yummy.
love that.
Very nice.
And he's got Metallica in the background. What the hell, dude?
That's the only way Sean won't let me on.
Yeah, it's Metallica's numero uno fano. I love the fano especially.
Hey, at least he's got Metallica while they still had hair. That's
Yeah.
Well, that's when they were good.
Is that a Newstead pick?
that's Newstead in there. Yep.
Yeah. What that was
That's got to be Justice, I think.
I was going to say that's a really short era because like there's not a long era where Newstead has hair because it's like pretty.
It's
short.
Justice and Black Album, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
But I mean, yeah, that looked like looking at Curry. That's got to be more Justice than
Hey there, Major Zero.
Major Zero.
Hey,
What's up?
There's Major Zero.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, brother.
Wonderful.
We're doing good.
Fantastic.
Not sober, so we're doing great.
Hey, cheers, Black.
I'm pretty lit. I don't know how long I'm going to last. So I did a parking lot. I spent the night in the parking lot getting a Black Friday deal, and I'm too old for that mess.
Oh, wow.
I hear
I'm
that.
drinking the K-Luke. I'm drinking the K-Luke High Rye,
Oh, nice.
Low Rye blend, Batch 3. I'm not a fan, so I'm a little disappointed. So, am I the only one?
Yeah.
Is that probably unpopular?
Never seen K-Luke, brother.
No one's had K-Luke.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be on for too awful long because my phone's dying and I've got it on a charger now, but the charger is dying. So,
That's
we'll
nice.
see.
That's nice.
So my son here is going to make me get teary-eyed. So, but yeah,
Hey, man, you just say that's nice.
appreciate you.
I think of a Ken stream. That's
Yes,
nice.
JH.
Nice.
Oh, fuck. I just broke a cork. Son of a bitch.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
that's no
Where'd you
good.
go, John?
Get the
Oh, it's
pliers out.
another fucking Deanston cork. What do you expect?
Oh,
He's reproducing a rule. Hopefully not, Richie C.
I'll be back in a minute.
I've tried to avoid it my whole life. I've been successful, I think. Is Rusty here or did he fall asleep? Hard to say. I haven't seen Rusty tonight, but that said, I did Mash and Metal first, so that kind of throws things off. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights saying, hey, for low proof, I like the 10 cup 10 better than the 14. Okay. And Jeffrey Whack in the house. Whack.
Hey,
This feels
Whack
like
attack.
this feels like a late night for Whack. Cheers, buddy. I'm surprised
yeah,
to
I
see you.
know.
It may be
I
too
know.
classy for me. With Jeffrey here, it may be too classy for me. I may have to leave. So.
Hey, Major Zero, it's too classy for me. I need to leave my own stream right now. Cheers, Whack. Good to see you, buddy.
So
Here's
Melissa, Melissa, I know Melissa. I know her better as Meh is her name. Rusty's on another chat, so I left that chat because he was showing the Fruit Loop video, and I'm over here now. So don't Google that.
Ooh, okay.
Can you like Napster and Metallica at the same time, or am I living in 2001? Nice question, Melissa. Yeah, is Napster still a thing? I don't even know if it's still a thing.
I don't think it's a thing anymore. I ain't seen shit on it.
Somebody owns Napster. I promise you that.
Yeah. Hey, Ernest in the house as well. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man. Man, I was part of the reason that Metallica went to court. I will say that. I downloaded so many songs, so many. Like I would be up till 4 a.m. downloading songs and burning them on CDs. Like I had so many songs on the computer that the computer was crashing all the time because I had so many songs, like thousands and thousands of songs downloaded. Yeah. Any Nickelback?
Yep.
My son's screwing with everybody here.
Z-Man, what are you drinking? Is that OG 114?
This is OGD 114 mixed with double oak. Woodford.
Really? Is that a good blend?
Yes, it takes the proof of the OGD up, and it takes the nutty out of the bean.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
You have these two, and you just do a little less, and you got a nice heavy pour to sip on.
See, Jigs,
I
I raised my son right. Funny enough, I got into metal because of Metallica, says my son. That's my doing. I did that.
So a funny thing about Tennessee, West Tennessee, we can't get OG 114. We can get Stag
I heard you
all
say
day
that.
long.
I heard you
We
say that.
we can't get OG 114. So
This blend, by the way, I'm not taking credit for it. Somebody in chat told me to do it, and I did it, and it was awesome. I'm like, cool.
And Major Zero, I can get 114 all day down here. I've never ever seen a Stag. Ever.
I got a case of Stag right here. I can drive 5 minutes from my house and find 20 minutes from my house. I can find 3 stores that have Stag just sitting on the shelf. I saw Stag this morning, but OG 114 we can't find. So it's pretty funny.
Crazy.
So,
I'll trade you.
I don't know what rule that is where you have to only have. You can either have 114 or Stag, but we chose Stag, so you need to vote better. I guess.
All right. Well,
I feel like, in fairness,
I need your information and we can trade.
Yeah,
I'll send you some.
You got the better of the two for sure.
For
also,
sure.
Stacy is here. I'm going to solo myself for a second. I don't usually show off.
Oh, 4-leaf whiskey.
But Stacy got me this bottle, and it comes in a very cool bag. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
That is
Let me pull it out of its sexy condom here.
Hey.
Heyo. All right. So Stacy, as you can see, my initial reaction to this bottle was kind of wrong. I've actually drank quite a bit of it. It was a little tight at first, and I didn't appreciate it. But given some air, I actually really like this bottle now. So thank you very much, Stacy. I'm really enjoying it. So thank you. And cheers to Stacy. And for anyone that is not subbed to Stacy's channel, of course, it is 4-leaf whiskey. She is the queen of Irish whiskey. If you need to know a thing about Irish whiskey, talk to this girl. Yeah, she's fantastic. She's a great person, very kind. Obviously, gave this idiot a bottle for no reason. So yeah, Stacy's great. If you're not subbed, someone please drop her link if you could, please, and go show Stacy some love because she's fantastic. Also,
that's a nice bag.
Also, Bourbon School in the house, Whiskey Uncensored in the house. All these channels, folks, go show them some love. And yeah, where are we at here? Let me get back to first.
Stacy, I sent you an email because I stumbled
I
across
was able to save what's left. This one's almost gone, but it is one of my favorite bottles of Scotch ever.
Deanston.
Deanston PX cast strength 10 years.
Oh, love me some PX.
Yeah, Deanston, man, is amazing.
Good stuff.
Is he in Florida? He is in Florida, Ben. I'm befuddled. So again, I did not produce him, Ben. So he is my stepson by technicality. But so Mark is 27, 28, 27. Mark, how old are you? 27 and or 28.
Oopsie.
The kid is 28.
It's in the range.
I mean, I don't know if you folks remember, John said a song he requested. I immediately forgot it, and then he had to say it again. So that's how the night's going. So
See, I'm older than you. I know that struggle, dude. That's.
so yeah.
I walk in a room and I forget why I walked in there. So that's.
Yeah.
I've done the same thing driving down the freeway with my girl last night for Thanksgiving. She's talking to me. I forgot what she said, and she said it 3 times. And when I asked her to repeat it again, she about tore my head off. I'm like, "Whoa!"
I picked up my phone and opened Chrome, and I had no idea what I was looking for. I'm like, it took me like half hour later. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Okay.
So fun fact, Melissa R. Originally, the Whiskey Wars font was supposed to be in Metallica font, and I could not get one to download that I could get to use in some kind of font producer because I'm basically computer illiterate. But the Whiskey Wars font was supposed to be a Metallica font. I thought I downloaded a Metallica font and it didn't work. I couldn't get it to. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what computers do. I build things for a living. I don't mess with computers. Anyway. So, but just fun fact. I do have a Metallica font download that I have no idea how to access. Say what price?
Hey, Mr. Greenshot, look at that. Look right here, real quick. So,
Ooh,
cracking it.
Kilhoman. Yeah. Michael Bay.
Look at that. So good. So,
yes.
What's cool about this place is they are, I would say they're table to farm. Basically, they blow the glass, they grow the grain.
Oh yeah,
so good. If you're even remotely into Scotch at all, it's not.
I've got it.
I wouldn't say it's heavily peated. It's peated, but it's not like a Lagavulin or whatever. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I've got that bottle.
Some of those single cast strength.
I've got that bottle.
Man, this
is
so
tasty.
Good. Oh man,
and
this is just like
I just recently picked this one.
Oh, the 10. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm like, I have not tried that one because I like the Ugadal, but I got to try the base, and I tried that one. I'm like, oh, good God, it's great. But the Machiavelli Bay, I've got that bottle. It's great. Love that bottle.
I can't. It's just sweet enough. It's not. It's just different enough. Man, this is so good. And I know not everybody's into Scotch, and it's peaty.
Yeah.
I know whatever, but it's not like Lagavulin.
This guy up here, he's turned me on to the peated stuff, and I'm rooting now.
There's a couple of single cask Kilhoman I've had. One was a Madeira finish, and one was the STR cask. And at cast strength, Kilhoman is so good.
Yeah,
this is the only. I live in Memphis, and this is the only Kilhoman I've seen ever. So, I was so excited when I saw it. So,
Mark and Zero. If you see the Snag, which is the cherry finish Kilhoman, just grab that. That's a phenomenal one.
We never see that here. So,
a couple things. First off, Major Zero, you are close to me. I'm just in Southern Kentucky.
You're where?
Yes.
I'm in Southern Kentucky. I'm just right over the line. And I'm also central, but like more eastern central Kentucky, south. So we're fairly close together.
I was in Martin today. I was with family today. We were in Union City. So
What is up, Jody? Cheers, buddy.
Hey, cheers. Sorry,
Jody, what's up, man?
I've had family in all week. I have been, they're leaving in the morning. I'll be back to normal.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Jody.
Yeah, family is great for about 10 minutes, and then
it's been a struggle.
So real quick, so Stacy brings something up here. She says the cork is the coolest part, and she is right. It is the coolest part. Look at that. Actually, let me solo myself for a second here, so you guys can see it up close and personal. Look at that beautiful cork. Here's the problem.
That's pretty cool.
Actually, you might be able
Frost Pistols.
You might be able to see the problem actually in the bottle. The problem is,
Yeah.
there's not much cork left.
Oh,
that
damn.
It's shown that that's what happens when you get old. That's,
Yeah, it gets
Cork
real short and
disappears.
stubby and slightly to the left. Yeah, so I had to, because I prefer this bottle to this bottle, I decided I'd put the cork that I'm not sure is actually sealing things in this one, even though that is the better topper for sure. But
Right.
I wanted to make sure this thing didn't keep getting air in it. So, I guess my suggestion to Whiskey Wars would be go with synthetics. I know that the real cork is bougier, but real corks never break. So yeah,
I don't give a shit about bougier. I really don't. Screw off. Synthetic. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's not just a Whiskey War issue. I mean, like this is probably my 10th cork break, so it happens to all brands. It's just, it is.
Yes, it does.
I got a whole blending sack full of corks.
Yeah, there you go.
That reason whatsoever. I can grab one of those, put it back in the new one that broke off.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing, and my scariest one is Eagle Rare out here is $100, and that fucking thing broke right off the top, and I'm like, oh my god. And I went digging through the bag, and I found another Eagle Rare cork.
There you go.
Exactly.
There's the link for 4-Leaf whiskey. Again, Stacy is the queen of Irish whiskey. She's fantastic. And just truly a wonderful person. Stacy's great. Love Stacy. And there is Ben's link. If you don't know, I love Ben equally as much. Ben's my buddy. Ben, between Mark and Ben, I never have to buy whiskey because between these two men, it all just shows up at my door magically.
It's magic.
Yeah. So
Sparkles.
between these two fellas, it's like they're like the whiskey fairies. They just hand delivered.
T-Rob. I guess T-Rob's in the back room and we were talking in private chat. So.
Oh, yes, he is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tim. I missed the boot.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, everybody.
I made a joke in private chat. So.
Cheers, T-Rob.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Yeah, good to see you, Tim.
Fantastic, brother.
Doing great.
Excellent.
What's up, brother?
Let's go around. I don't know if I think everyone has shared except for Jody and Tim. What do we got in the glass, fellas?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. I was on a beer channel right before I came over here.
Okay, fair enough.
This is a Wicked Weed Brewing Pernicious Hazy IPA.
Wow.
Okay.
That's what I have.
Never seen that one.
Well,
it's Asheville, North Carolina. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
You and John can talk about your grass water some other day. John's still on the Beanston. Tim,
so the end of this bottle is going to the guy below me. So.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. Beanston, this will blow your mind.
Mule.
I got the Bardstown Origin bottle and bond.
There you go.
That's another guy got into Deanston now. So.
Yeah.
Can I throw out what I was drinking earlier?
Sure.
What were you drinking earlier?
Still lost in the 21090.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
That's awesome, dude. Yep.
Oh, that's buttery goodness.
Yeah.
I was drinking that,
so
watching the Hogs get destroyed, the Razorbacks on football.
I was drinking that one earlier.
Yeah.
I watched the Iowa Nebraska game and I had to take a nap after it.
Oh my God, Nebraska! Come on, they should have. Oh,
that game was freaking horrible. That was like watching paint dry, but it was too cold.
Real quick, this is what my son is referring to. This was actually a gift from my son. It's still one of my favorite bottles. This is the it's not really showing up because it's the Pfeiffer Pavitt XO.
Oh
yeah.
It's not a cheap bottle, and it is phenomenal. If you like wine finish, which I love, as
Yes.
in the previous stream, I drink a lot of red wine as well. So, yeah, so it's two of my favorite things combined. So yeah, it's truly great. It was a distillery only, and it's phenomenal. Great shot. How's okay? Yeah.
I'm reading this now.
Oh, he's on the Ardbeg, but in the previous show, Bill, great shot. You went from popping it to basically down to the shoulder, right?
The still Lawson? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
There you go.
it's down to the shoulder now.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
A phenomenal bottle.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could get this. I mean, but it's distillery only right now. It's going to be out in the stores here shortly. But phenomenal bottle.
Hey,
It
Mark.
ranks right up there with the 21090 pick. It's that easy of sipping, and it's great.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'll send you the money for it.
Oh, I'll get you a bottle then. No
Okay.
problem.
Now, my other question is, why do you have a car behind you?
I'm in my garage.
that's in case
It's kinda chilly outside.
He's ready to go at all times.
That's a real
right.
car behind you.
Because of all the bootlegging.
So
I got the Mercedes behind me, you know.
I'm just like,
I want to say something.
Mark's waiting for the Batman beam to fucking go up in the sky.
That's right. When it shows, you got to
There you
go.
Yeah, I have a light that calls Mark to attention when I need whiskey, and he's just like, all right, he's whiskey man.
Hey, cheers, Eric.
So I want to say something. I was on another chat, and then I left to go to bed, and then you popped up, and then I saw Mr. Greenshot, and I picked up this bottle of this, and I wanted to take a shot of it while he was there because I wanted to catch him.
Yeah.
And I'm catching a ton of grief because I left the chat to come over here, and they're all like lighting me up in here. It's Matt from Whiskey Wisdom and Jeff Castro. They all came over here to this chat. I was going to bed. But I wanted to drink this with someone I knew who would appreciate it, a fellow Scotch drinker. See, that's it. Glad you're getting bit. So I'd gone to bed, but I saw this chat come up, and I was walking to my bed, and it came from my phone. I was like, "Oh, Mr. Greenshot's here."
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to point out
It's
something.
fantastic.
I don't know if Matt is new to hanging around drunks or not, but this seems like perfectly normal drunk behavior.
yeah, this is
right.
perfectly normal drunk behavior. You go like this. You go.
So here's the thing. Here's the link. Matt can join this right now. He's got a studio. He can join it, and he can light me up. But he's not a Scotch drinker.
Yeah, come on, Matt. Maybe we need to discuss what it's like to be a drunk. Maybe you're new to this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the term functional alcoholic.
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
there you go.
That sounds.
I'll go with
nicer.
that.
I don't know if it sounds nicer.
It does.
I like the term,
It
if
sounds
you
more
get your
bougie.
feelings hurt easily, don't hang around us.
Yeah,
There you go.
we're
That's it.
yeah. This is a butthurt free space.
Get over it.
I just wanted to,
I can appreciate
Mr.
it.
Greenshot, I wanted to make sure because you had talked about it the other day, and I actually cracked the on this. So this is something I've been wanting to try with you on here. So and I love it. It's
It's
fantastic.
good.
And this is a
Fruit Loop scared me away.
This guy above me is one of the persons that converted me to Pete.
Oh,
Yeah.
goody.
And
Well,
which is
once
I'm
I
gonna
got converted to Pete, I mean, the Macular Bay and
Hey, here's one, Mark.
Ardbeg.
once you guys
What's
once
that
you
one?
get that.
Oh, that's an Ardbeg.
The committee release Scorch. This is the heavily charged cask.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Once
Sorry, John.
once,
I've not
once
tried
you
that.
appreciate that, once you
I'll
appreciate
send you
that,
some of this. I'll send some to Sean too.
It looks like you guys are pushing me into Scotch.
Oh,
I'm
it's-
gonna-
I know Sean loves Ardbeg anyway, so
You're not kidding.
Oh man, I'm rooting now. I'm hooked on the Pete.
So
Holy
here's
crap.
here's the
yeah,
card.
Mark
that I
and
get.
Sean, I'll send you some of that Scorch.
This is the card that I use when I go to a liquor store and I do my hunt videos. This is what I
Nice.
get.
I have a question. Does the card work? Like,
Very
what does
nice.
the card do for you?
Corbin Evangelist.
So that I use that card when I go to a store. I do a hunt video just about every day. So I'll take that and I give that to the owner, and they almost always laugh. They go, "You drink Scotch? Nobody drinks Scotch." I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
love it.
But the,
Communists don't drink Scotch. That's who doesn't drink Scotch.
I mean,
yeah.
the one thing that people don't they don't understand about Scotch is like this one. That's a good Scotch.
Yeah.
It's a 12-year-old, sherry cask finished Scotch. It tastes. There's no peat in it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not all Scotch is peated, and they don't understand that. Everybody thinks, "Oh, Scotch is all this nasty peated bullshit." It's not. There's a
Mark, have you had the
difference.
Quinta Rubin yet?
Yes.
The Quinta Rubin's one of my favorites. That port finish.
Oh, it's great.
And the fun fact is this: that actually most communists actually don't drink Scotch because they drink vodka or sake or whatever the hell North Koreans.
Until they're on the floor,
What do North Koreans drink? I don't even know what North Koreans drink. Probably their own piss.
Sujo.
No water there.
Nothing. They're Kim Jong Un has it all. He's not sharing that.
Russians drink vodka till they're on the floors.
Yeah, so in Russia it's vodka, and in China it's sake or whatever the hell. So literally communists don't drink Scotch. It's just a statement of fact. Also, what's up, Bourbon Syndicate? Cheers, buddy. Feel free to hop on.
The Chinese that are making money though are taking all their really good Scotch now.
That's fair. So the rich, but they're more like capitalist Chinese.
Exactly.
Basically, they're taking all the really good Scotch and the really good red wine.
I love a good potato vodka for like a martini. A martini.
Eric Gunderson checking in. Cheers, buddy.
Man,
I killed a bottle of Italian white wine yesterday, but I'm like, I don't feel like drinking, so I pulled it back off the porch yesterday. So that's still waiting till the weekend.
Hey, I'm caught up.
T-Rob, I haven't drank since Anthony's stream on Sunday. So
wow,
I haven't felt like drinking all week, so I'm just catching up.
I hadn't drank since Tuesday night when Cheech was on.
So I didn't drink my turkey until tonight.
I don't want to say when the last time I drank was.
2 minutes to go.
Can you measure it with your watch?
It was yesterday. It was less than 24 hours ago.
There you go.
I drank 2 beers at the relative's house, and then I came home, and then I got on Dan's stream, and I was mixing whatever I could get a hold of.
I'm like, I was going to go to the gas station and get beer yesterday. I'm like, nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
One day I didn't drink for 2 days in a row, and then I said, you know what, that was too hard. So
I did 4, and I was like, it didn't matter, but I'm like, fuck it, I'm drinking tonight. So.
There you go.
Like, man, I forgot how terrible life is without this magic liquid.
I don't much care for Coke, so I'm not going to mix the Glen with Coke.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can get this right. Let me see if I can get this right.
RJ the Fed, that seems like very Fed behavior, so I think you're living up to your name.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to mix Glen with Coke. It's just not right. Now, Mountain Dew, possibly.
If I
now, wait a minute.
It'll be all right.
I would
Mountain Dew. Oh my God. It's the worst.
Mountain Dew.
Actually, I would say
well, you're sipping the whiskey neat, and you have a way to palate cleanse.
That's
soda
right.
pop.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with soda pop.
maybe a Verner's.
Like my Sprite Zero.
There you go. That's what I do. Old Sprite Zero.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can get this quote right. This is Winston Churchill.
Throw that one more time there, Jigs.
Uh-oh.
Tokyo. That's it.
Oh,
man.
yeah, Tokyo. I saw that in the store. How is that? I've not tried it.
Domo arigato,
Really good.
Mr. Roboto.
I was going to say, I doubt it's bad.
Hey, cheers, Rusty.
No, I doubt it's bad at all.
It's very,
Golden
very
Branch is good stuff.
Rusty's in the back.
A lot
My
of
bad.
citrus.
I'm not doing well tonight. What's up, Rusty?
Hey!
What is up? And well, hold on. So who Metallica's numero uno fan? No, right here. Number one fan. Right
I don't know.
No,
Rusty.
you got the Lemmy hat, and I'm the number one Motorhead fan. So.
Yeah.
I will fight both of you to the death right now.
No, I was listening. I was listening to Metallica in '83. So
Yeah, well, I'm a Donnie Irish. I'm a Donnie.
Whiskey
I was
did.
born. That's not really fair.
I didn't listen to Metallica till So middle school, Buddy brought in Master Puppets the cassette.
Wow, Rusty.
Yeah.
My mom was
So that
my
would have
mom
been
was born in
86.
All
'83.
right, how about this? I bet I have both of you beat in how young you were when you first heard Metallica and fell in love.
Oh shit.
Okay.
That.
I was 8 years old.
There you go.
Yeah, I was 13. So
Yeah. What you were born in like what 78?
No, 82 actually.
Oh, 82. You
my
young.
sister was born in 82. What the fuck?
That's when I first heard Metallica was in '82.
I didn't hear
When I
Metallica
was a
until
junior in high
86 till
school.
Master Puppets came out.
Dude.
Yeah, so I heard Injustice, granted 2 years late, but it still blew my freaking mind.
Yeah. No. Battery was the absolute very first song, and I was completely blown away. It was utterly fantastic.
Hey, Ben, I bet you Freddie did do Lars, but
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I don't understand the question.
Ben's comment. Just look at Ben's comment.
Yeah.
I bet you
Okay.
Who will
Freddie
do
did do Lars or something.
Freddie
Mars?
Mercury with Lars. Yeah.
Wait,
That's
Jig's
fucked up.
comment.
I don't understand that comment, Ben, and
don't
I'm
either.
kinda scared what it means.
Brian, cheers. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Ryan.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Cheers, Brian.
Good. I
Cheers.
am not
Oh.
sober.
Oh,
What?
He's a
Drinking
Buffalo.
whiskey
Brought your
tonight?
Sabres game earlier,
Raise
but
your hand if you're surprised.
it's been a good
One
night.
of those nights.
Hey, Sean, any kind of tune going on?
Well, no. I guess we could, but let's see here. I'm not even on the right channel on my other tab.
come on, guys.
We could play a little bit more Queen and be fine.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah,
Or,
I don't know.
or the same Queen.
I really am going to bed, and I'm not going to join Big Vic's live right now. I'm not
Bobby, what's up?
Is that right? Is that right? You were going
Yeah,
to
I
bed.
just saw. I just saw
Wait a
Vic on
second.
live.
Major Zero, did he put you here as a plant?
That is. That's
I really am going to bed. I've been up. I got 2 hours sleep last night. I slept in a parking lot, much like Rusty does normally. And this is
absolutely I do. You
Hey,
asshole.
where the hell is Jim right now?
Yeah, where is that?
Yeah.
Jen should definitely be here right now.
Because
So
I was in a parking lot with some of his lizards the last night. So
I did sleep in a parking lot last night, like Rusty, but I am going to bed now.
Dang.
And, but there might be another live somewhere. But I am going to bed. So
All right.
cheers, everybody.
Fair enough.
Happy,
Cheers,
happy, happy
All right,
Good
see you later,
We'll
bro.
see you later, brother.
Hey, nice.
Ken's going live at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So get up.
I won't make it for that. So
We might just push through it and just keep on
Yeah,
going.
don't. Oh, dang it. Zero. I was going
That
to tell
would
you
be
don't forget your Depends because you don't want to pee the bed at night. You gotta.
There you go.
Wow.
Damn it.
Hey,
What's up?
Chris Jenkins, thank you for throwing up all the links, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah,
Richie Z.
and Richie,
Yeah.
Richie Z too. Thanks, brother.
Richie,
Yeah, Richie
Oh,
and Chris,
Richie.
man, you guys are just modding the shit out of this stream. I love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
Someone's
Please,
gonna-
everybody, if you're not subbed to all these channels that are on screen with me right now, please go and do that. We got
Not me.
no, well, I mean, sort of. I mean, you're sort of part of the
He's
channel.
he's my co-host.
Yeah.
Well, I'm co-host with this guy, but
Yeah, but
I don't have my own
Bobby,
channel
jump in
going
here.
on at all. So
I mean, you're like co-conspiracy. I can't say the word. Yeah. What,
yeah.
Is
Whatever.
Mel? So Mel was in here. I seen earlier. Mel, are you still in here? That is my co-host on Off Track Syndicate. Maybe I can get Jenkins to throw that up there. We do a show every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. It is a absolute shit show, but we have fun and whatever.
Rusty, what was the live you did tonight?
I don't know what this is.
Oh,
Is this you?
Fat X Bourbon in the chat too.
No, that's Big Cat. That's Big Cat there.
I'm not
yeah,
familiar
Bobby, jump in here.
with- Oh, there we
What's
go.
up, Bobby?
Yeah, jump on in there, Bobby.
There we go. There's Rusty's.
Yeah, and
Love that
Bourbon
guy.
Syndicate is also a shit show. Look, guys, I don't know what I'm
Yes.
doing. I'm just throwing it out there. whatever.
Oh, it's definitely a shit show.
Hey,
for sure.
Absolutely. But you know what?
Rusty, I don't know if you can tell, but I also have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
going to say, Rusty, it's like you're making a distinction
Yeah,
between
and
you and
exactly,
us, where
here's
we
the
know
net-
what we're doing.
Yeah.
and we don't.
We have no idea what we're doing.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
We're just
I
hanging out.
disagree. There is one host in here or two hosts in here that do know what they're doing and have a spot on show, and that would be a Bourbon Bounty. They have a fantastic show. It's like on time. He's got like a fucking timer and shit going on,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he does his stuff, just boom, 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 whatever. I mean, who knew a hit could freaking run some shit like that?
Jody did some shit like a week ago where one stream left, and then we all wanted to go hang out somewhere else.
Yes.
He opened another stream. I don't remember
Yes.
what it was. I just
Oh,
know I
that was
participated.
Bourbon Bounty After Dark.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was cool shit, dude.
That was
cool.
awesome.
Hey, Chris, you can drop your own link, or if someone wants to drop Chris's link for him, either
Oh,
way.
yeah, for sure.
You know what?
Chris also has a channel, and
Yes, he does.
yeah, and Chris, I love what you're doing, man. I appreciate the just no nonsense reviews and stuff, man. So there you go. Yeah. Feel free to throw out your own link, Chris, and let's get Chris some subs and a lot of the smaller channels. Really, show all the smaller channels some love, man. Let's get them to 1,000.
Absolutely. Let's get them to 1,000. This is the community. It's community.
Yes. Whiskey Wisdom, get your ass in here, man. What the? Come on.
Yeah.
I think we said night.
There is Chris's
Oh, yeah.
link right there, man. Yeah.
Yes.
Like it doesn't hurt you to throw out a sub, folks. So let's get these channels to 1,000. That way they too can get monetized, and we can all make those dimes that YouTube is throwing us.
Let me throw something weird out here to you guys and see what you think. And I know it's going to sound weird, but kind of back away from the big picture and think about it. So there is a huge market where you can throw your videos out for free and it will probably get a lot of views. And I know maybe some people might. Pornhub, absolutely. Seriously, you can set up an account on Pornhub and put your videos out there, and people will click on it because it's different from everything else that's on there. I'm telling you, that is a market that is not tapped.
Hang on.
So there's a lot of tapping going on in that market, but
fair point, Rusty. I gotta say, I don't know how I feel about having an account on Pornhub, but we could try it.
I'm telling you,
wow.
Rusty, I'm a pillar of the community. I cannot be seen on Pornhub.
What? So wear a mask. I mean, that's
you know how many students?
When I did that.
Here's the problem.
Oh, goodness.
You know how many students would find out I had a bourbon channel if I ended up on Pornhub?
All of them would find out.
They would all know.
All I'm
For
saying
sure.
is if you go on Pornhub, choose this bottle, not that bottle.
Oh shit!
This one, not this one.
So I have a question, Rush. Do you have to hold your feet up to the camera while you're reviewing whiskey? What's the rules?
Seriously, or somebody told me that they have seen some, like regular shows over there, and there's not many. It's just like throwing it out there. Just think about it, people. Millions. Pornhub gets millions of freaking eyes on it. Seriously.
Right.
Okay, here's
they're
my
freaky.
question. Here's my question. Who is going on Pornhub to watch a whiskey review?
Oh, yeah. If it's there, come on, Sean.
Let me check out this whiskey for a second in mid-jerk and see.
No. Here's the deal, Sean. It's right after they finish the jerk. They're like, okay, I need
There you go. Now they're just wanting to relax and watch something informative.
Like Pornhub is like using all these Kleenex, it's
Anyway,
It's just an idea.
That's also what she said, probably. Anyway, John, have you done a collab with 229? Richie, see, we have not, but we've talked about it. There's potentially something we're working on, but nothing concrete yet. But maybe soon. We'll see what happens. I mean, whiskey porn is the category. I probably
Thank you. I mean,
Rusty's going to be the pioneer.
Yeah.
Rusty's going to be the pioneer.
Now, this is my vote. I think if anybody's doing whiskey porn to its best, Jason C.
Hey, Moose, if you can listen to that, that's all good. So,
I would say Jason C. of Mash and Drum does bottle porn better than anybody else in the business.
I agree.
Yeah, he gets the right shots, the great angles, just the spin arounds and the top down, and
audiobook content. Goddamn,
that is awesome, Alex.
Audiobook content. I'm sorry, man. Alex.
Yeah, for sure. Whiskey Corner checking in as well. Man.
What's up, Carlos?
It's something. It's an untapped market. Is it though?
Oh yeah, there you go.
I mean, whatever. I'm just,
I like Alex's comment a lot. That's also, is that not what Pornhub is for? Audiobooks?
Absolutely. Just like Playboy with the reading the content,
Hey, you know what?
It was an oddly named audiobook streaming service.
No, I actually published one on there. It was called Hi. That was the title of the book.
The fact that he can do that makes me wonder.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like, that's the thing. How do you explain that to your wife if you're on Pornhub watching whiskey reviews? It's going to be hard to find just booze. Like, no, babe, I understand that it says Pornhub, but actually I'm watching whiskey.
Exactly. Look, I'm not reading Playboy for the pictures. I'm reading the article.
What you think I'm doing, but
the article.
Always read for the article. Always for the articles.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very, very insightful. Love how Cerritos. Okay, Jesus. Let's get back to whiskey, shall we? Actual whiskey, not jerk whiskey. So for science, I just Googled whiskey porn for science. The first hit was I flogged my naughty. Good Lord.
We're going down a bad road.
I don't know if this is whiskey related. You do not want to see the thumbnail. You know what? I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that I do not want to see the thumbnail.
Come on.
I'll be right back. I got to talk to a man about a horse.
It's about a horse talking time for me as well. There, great.
So, does BBW stand for Big Beautiful Woman?
Yes, absolutely it does.
Yep. Okay. I'm trying because I was the first thing that came to mind was Big Black Woman, but I didn't think.
Big Beautiful Woman.
Big Beautiful Woman.
Well, that's what they call themselves.
Oh Jesus.
I'm trying to get the vernacular down. I'm just.
Hey Brian. Let me know if you're seeing any potential for future content in the nonsense.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking notes, John. I'm definitely taking notes.
Oh my God!
Come on, guys.
Nude reviews. Hey, like Richie C, kind of like when they did the nude weather girls, kind of like that.
Exactly.
It's something to keep your attention.
Whatever, Dustin. I love the BBWs. Okay.
Oh, morbidly obese women. Okay.
Whatever.
I'm a fat bitch. Get over it.
Yeah,
man.
Who said that?
My wife.
Hey, we should start calling them HFB. Hella fat bitch. Just HFB.
Oh, man, that's not a thing. That was greatest background shout out of all time.
Ben, Rusty has suggested we all start putting our videos on Pornhub, and it just all went to hell.
I mean, come on, guys.
In fact, here we go. We got Carlos.
Hey, what's up, Carlos?
Hey, Carlos, are you going to put all your videos on Pornhub?
I mean, Carlos has like a young child, so he is familiar with going to Pornhub because the wife.
So I'm like getting on, and I hear you guys talking about like BBW and Pornhub, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Just a typical night here on Whiskey Wars, yeah.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah,
Yes.
good to see you, man.
So this is how we go off track every Sunday. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, it's actually
It's not even Sunday.
It's Friday, Jody. Friday.
There you go. What's up, Jody? What up, T-Rob?
Hey, what's up, man?
Z-Man,
What you
Mr. Jig.
what you
Hey,
sipping
Mark.
on,
Hey,
Carlos?
Carlos. Hey, Rusty. Brian, what's up, man?
Hey, so Carlos, what do you got in the glass, man?
I got some. Well, first off, I just came from a bottle share that we had here in Tampa, so
Cool,
I'm
man.
a little like I had a lot right now to drink.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh,
But now I got the Shanks 2023.
Yeah, cool. Man.
Nice.
Oh well, I was a little
Very
slow on the
nice.
solo there.
Like, he's like all like uppity and shit. I got Shanks. Okay, whatever.
Hey, so Carlos, actually, you're not too far from my old neck of the woods. I was in Orlando for a long time, so
Oh, nice, man.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm here in the I'm here in the North Tampa area, so I'm closer to I guess I'm a little bit closer to Orlando if you go the non I-4 way, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Well, cool,
that was
man.
way south of y'all.
And thank you, Rich Z, for dropping the link there. You guys have been great about dropping the link.
I was born in Fort Myers, so there you go.
Yeah,
Nice, Rusty. There you go.
I just want to throw it out there, though, Carlos. Best thing I ever did was leave Florida. Just throwing that idea out there.
Absolutely.
So you know what? I've been trying to get my wife to leave Florida, and then I just noticed that. Well, I didn't just notice. I figured out that she's just a freaking Florida girl, and she will never leave here. So
mine did not go easily either. But now,
at least you don't have to pay any state income tax. So
that
throwing that out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine won't leave Arizona, so
yeah, there you go. So you guys know where I'm coming from.
And all the relatives are in Illinois, so
yep, exactly. It's it's a thing, and then if they won't move, then you're kind of stuck. Like I have family in Georgia, and I'm dying. So I'm from Boston, and I'm dying to have a basement again. You don't have basements here, so I'm dying for that again. I want to have my own little man cave and crap in the basement, and
that's where I'm at right now.
At least while I'm here in Florida.
Yeah, I'm in my basement right now, man. Yeah.
Same.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the problem with Florida is if you have a basement, it fills up with water. So
yeah.
That's why most people don't have basements. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's the combination basement / swimming pool, Yeah,
you can have a basement, but you need scuba gear. So
yeah, exactly. And then some people have attic spaces, but the attic space is freaking 150 degrees in the summer.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
It's not.
Exactly.
Try some attic space down here in Texas. Jesus.
Yeah, so attic space in Florida is kind of like a sauna room. If you got the moisture going, then you could just sweat it out all the alcohol, I suppose. That'd be good.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, I'm gonna post something in the chat.
Okay, let's see it, Jody.
All right, I'm posting it now. This is a good quote by Ben Franklin.
Okay. In theory, a person can eat, drink, and eat a certain way to extend life. However, a person actually has to live to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just wanted to call that out. You can go overboard trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
That's all
I believe also a Benjamin Franklin quote is something like, most men die at 25, but they're buried at 75.
Wow. Right. That's when they get married.
That's weird.
That's when they get married,
Yeah.
Ain't out of that one.
Yeah. It's kind of speaking to the way that our culture just kind of kills men at a young age, and then we just drink ourselves until we finally kick it at 75. There we go. Chris. Hey, Ben's still here. What's up, buddy? I didn't know you were still hanging out.
Hey, what's up, man?
Jump in,
Hey,
Ben.
Come on,
I
there,
like
you
this question.
slacker.
Ben had a good question. He said, "What bottle is on your wish list?" That's what he's answering. Chris said,
did I miss him earlier? I'm sorry,
Stag.
Ben.
And I think
okay. I apologize, Ben. I'm not whatever.
I want this year's Four Roses LE.
Nice.
Oh yeah, man. I had a sample of I think it was 22 the Four Horses LE. That was fantastic.
Yeah,
but I'm sure this is a close second.
It was really good.
Right, Sean? This is a close second, huh?
No. Yeah. So, Jigs, first off, thank you for the sample. It just clarifies that I still hate Lafroig.
Well, you don't like this one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love this one.
You know, so
tastes like cherry cola.
I don't want to get off subject that Ben brought up, but real quickly, Lafroig Pete is like ashtray to me. I cannot get over that note. I keep trying to get over. Like, I keep hoping I'm going to find one that I like, and I love peated Scotch, but not that one. It's just something about Lafroig's Pete just does not do it for me.
The only Lafroig that I like so far is the Lore.
Oh shit!
Okay,
Dustin must
that
be
was
really
good.
drunk because he agrees with me.
Yeah, other than that, it's band-aids and hate.
Jimmy's in the house. Look at Jimmy.
I will go last. What's everybody's wish list bottle this year? What's the bottle that we're all wishing we had that we don't?
CYPB. I want a CYP. The fuck Pappy Van Winkle 23. I want a CYPB. That's
fuck it right in the cork. Yeah. Okay. So CYPB for Jody. Who's next?
I'll go.
Anybody? Okay. Go Z, man.
My son got a CYPB off a raffle for $60 and walked out of the store, showed me the receipt, and I looked at it and I said, "What the fuck was that?" But because the C923, everybody's hunting it, I haven't had Elijah Craig barrel proof in a while. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'll trade you my Elijah Craig B520 for that CYPB.
I don't have it. The son brought it in Indiana.
Hey, Sean, you got Z-Man's address?
What's that?
You got Z-Man's address?
I don't think I do.
No, you do. You got me on Patreon. Come on.
I will if you send
but I don't know if I have your address though.
No, it's on Patreon because in order to get on Patreon, you have to
shoot him a message on Patreon. Send him your address. Send it to me, Sean, and I'll get Z-Man Elijah Craig barrel proof because I got about 20 of them.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I got about 20 of them in my basement. I don't got water in my basement. I got whiskey piled high. But I'll get you.
You may not live longer, but you'll live better.
Let's take a station break here for this.
I'm still looking for one of those. I haven't found one yet, but I want one. But the bottle that I'm really looking for is an E.H. Taylor barrel proof.
Jigsaw.
I'm picking up the 12 next week. I'm not giving that one away. That one
Jigsaw's stick an email in chat because I don't care about it.
Oh, put it in private chat.
Put it in the private chat, Z-Man.
Put it in private chat.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of it.
I'm a licensed ham. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, put it in private chat. Put your address.
You know, all bullshit aside, Jimmy is a kind of a prophet here. He's not wrong. Yeah, I'm working on it, Jimmy. We'll see someday.
So my son is watching now. I texted him and said, "Hey, watch Whiskey Wars because I'm hanging out with him and stuff." So cheers, Russ. Cheers, Russ. He's partying.
Hey, good for your son. Yeah. Cheers, Rusty's son, Russ.
There it is, Jigs. It's right there, brother.
Whatever. He's a current. He's a. God Almighty! I can. Chief Petty Officer in the Navy. He just made that recently. Nice. And,
right on.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him, and he's awesome dude. You know, I might be biased a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah.
Cheers to him, Rusty. That's awesome.
Is he gonna make a career?
Yeah, $40. That's why I'm wanting somebody to give it to me. Talk shit, Justin. I mean, I love it, but I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for it.
All right. So, what else we got for wish list bourbons, fellas?
My wish list is I want to get the Old Forester, the Black Label, 100 proof bourbon.
Oh, those are so good, man.
I can see
that's what I hear. I hear they are so good, and like
they're
we don't
hard
see
to find
any of it around here. Yeah,
So
I
you
would love
wanna
to find one of those.
Mash and Journey Patreon?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say because he was saying this year he's probably gonna be doing one.
Oh, maybe I would do it for sure. It's
Or
those
you
are
can do,
my
or you could do Scott's
one
Patreon.
instead. It was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really good, and they're really good because they're actually a lot older whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so
And they
good.
and Myron said like that 100 proof was kind of like the perfect, like you didn't get overpowered by the proof and the flavor really came through. He loved it. So
yeah,
I
they
would love
got
to find
tons
one
of
of
flavor
those.
for 100 proof.
Yeah, the barrel proofs are great, but a lot of them can be really hot right when you crack them.
Yeah.
You know, let them open up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
All right, who hasn't gone on the bourbon wish list yet?
I haven't gone, but I'm looking for a few. If I want to go like Buffalo Trace, I mean, I'm always looking for like I know you guys are gonna hate me for this, but you know, a Blanton's Gold or a Blanton's straight from the barrel.
Oh, the gold!
I definitely want one of those. But aside of those, I'm looking for a Michter's Toasted Rye. I'm looking for Maker's Mark Cellar Aged. I haven't been able to find any of those here in my area, so
yeah,
cool, man. The thing I want doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure.
What do you want, Sean?
What I would want, if Ben is here, then he knows the deal. I would want the Irene Tan Kings County pick.
Nice. Ooh,
yeah, yeah. That's what I want. That's really the only thing I want that I don't have already. Yeah,
Irene Tan is fantastic.
Yeah, I want Blantons. I just want some Blantons and maybe some Eagle Rare. I'm not like you guys. I can't get that shit. Those two things are actually allocated in Alabama, and that's what I'm going. Wow. Two of the things that I'm going to go get. Where the wife and I are actually leaving here in a little while, and yes, she's going to be driving because I may have been drinking
a lot.
Just a
lot.
Smidge. Yeah.
Hey,
that's the girl to keep.
Tell your wife, Rusty, some is the right word. So you've drank some, okay? It's
No, honey, he drank a lot.
No.
It's so awesome when they're there to correct you, isn't it?
It's ambiguous.
My girl, Rusty, my girl does the same thing. I love her to death, brother.
Yeah, I look, I love my wife. She keeps me in check, and occasionally she beats me with a yardstick. Whatever.
It makes you tougher, you know.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Hey, Rusty.
Hey, Baker's Drinks. What's up?
You
Good
get
to
a
see you
chance.
guys.
We're going to private chat.
What? Wait, what?
Where are you at? Where are you at in Alabama?
I'm close to Anniston, if you know where that's at. If not, I am on I-20, almost in the middle between Birmingham and Atlanta.
Okay. Well, my dad's side of the family's from Gaston, so.
Hey, Rusty, check the private.
I see that. No, I'm going to get a Blanton's. I can get, so tomorrow because we're going to go early. We can actually buy, Alabama does it, and they only sell it at MSRP. So like Blanton's is what, $39, $49?
Yeah.
So
that's
what
it should. Like I'm going to get
like 60 here.
Rusty,
like
are your shops are state run in Alabama?
Yes, ABC stores.
They're all state run.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you don't get one, let me know.
Now
I will, absolutely.
Rusty, I don't know what your wheelhouse is whiskey wise.
I I'm new.
Get his hands on.
Anything, yeah. Well, Troy said the other day, "What's your favorite bourbon? Whatever's in front of me." You know,
Fair enough.
whatever I'm drinking, that's my favorite. I
But he's in
love.
Alabama, dude. They don't get shit there. You got to line up, and you got to get your number drawn, and then you got to go in front of a table and hope there's something left.
Yes.
I know how the picks work there in Alabama. They don't get nothing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
get
so
one from this table and one from this table.
Put it this way:
Yes.
Weller Special Reserve is considered a lottery.
yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
So Alabama changed some things in 2021. So they do a quarterly release, and now they do a monthly release. And in the monthly, you just have to be at the door first, and then they put a list up of what's going to be there. This is not going to be a big release. I see the biggest thing that I seen, and I run this by Whiskey Wisdom, and he was like, "Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that." So the one thing that I'm looking to get is a Elijah Craig private ABC pick, private barrel, full proof, 12-year, 132 proof. So the wife and I are both going to get a bottle of that, and then she might get a Blanton's, and I might get a Eagle Rare, and it'll all be at MSRP. So, yeah.
Those Elijah Craig picks, that's on my list too. We've got picks around here, but they're all the 94 proof.
Yeah, they're
I
good.
would love to find an Elijah Craig barrel proof pick because I hear
the ones that are
The
over
11 and
130 are
12
really good.
Here they're in
Yeah,
abundance,
especially
man.
at
So
12.
if you want one, Brian, I can definitely hook you up, man.
Yeah, you got them down there, Carlos?
We like every liquor store does their own like store pick here.
Okay. Yeah. We'll chat because I'd definitely be interested in one for sure.
All right.
Rusty, oh, my son, Russell, that's my son, Russell Wells. Rusty is getting the Eagle Rare for his son. You know what? I will send you some samples. Son. Absolutely. So he's out. I told him, dude, jump in here, but he's out partying with other people right now. Whatever.
Yeah.
He is in he's actually in Washington State. He's over there close to Whidbey Island. That's he's an amazing person, and I might be biased a little, whatever.
Yeah, a little bit.
I would think.
He has busted his ass. I think he's like one of the youngest people to ever make chief, is what he told me.
Nice. That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm so freaking proud of him.
Yep.
But whatever. Enough about that.
Kids are fun, brother.
So, gonna make a career of it?
Oh, absolutely. He's been in 10. Tell me if I'm wrong. He's been in 10 or 11 years now, and he says it's
man. Yeah,
greatest
yeah.
It's the greatest.
That'd be the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
He loves it.
So
Laura,
Dustin threw the link up there for the Bland Steer for the Barrel. I assume that's a real link. I mean, Dustin kind of knows these things, so I assume that's real. So yeah, if somebody does want that, then there you go.
I've
got a question.
I've never bought from that site, so I'm like, I don't know, but if you guys recommend it, then I'll look into it.
I mean, Dustin only chases high-end whiskey, so I assume that he knows what he's talking about.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Whatever.
That's why he's top shelf Dustin.
That one,
They had a good deal on the Wild Turkey 12-year the other day.
That one gives me like, I see that $200 and I cringe because it's really hard for me to spend that on anything you're going to consume. So that leads me to another question. What is the most you've spent on a bottle?
200 exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, plus tax.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was it, Sean?
Well, so it wasn't that was a gift, but it was a Bardstown what's the word? Distillery only release.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Old Carter, how much is that, T-Rob?
$260.
Okay, cool.
Holy shit.
Anybody else want to confess?
I spent $100 on my $107 plus tax on my first Blanton's, and I regret it immensely.
Okay.
I bought a Stag Junior Batch 16 2 years ago for Father's
Day,
Day
y'all.
for $250.
Hey, later, Mark. Cheers, buddy.
Bourbon, y'all.
Yeah, have a great night, man.
Hey, Mark.
Cheers,
Baker
Mark.
Drake says that's secret. Mine's
Love you.
that one
Love you,
right
buddy.
there.
Have a great weekend, man.
130. That was shipped. So
Yeah, I didn't even know Eagle Rare 17 was a thing. So yeah, I'd like to try it. Absolutely. I didn't.
Oh,
is
yeah.
the Eagle Rare 17 the VTAC one?
Oh my gosh.
So here's the thing, Rusty. We all would.
Yeah, right.
No, I've had a very small sample. Well, it was more of a very small pour. That's probably the right word.
Carlos and I have had a pour of Eagle Rare 17.
Yeah.
Now let's go deeper into it.
Yeah,
Top three-
Cheech's
Cheech's,
event,
yeah.
right? Yeah, that was really good.
We popped the cork on
Yep.
The 17 is the BTAC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Yes.
I bought a Logic 18 for $250.
Okay.
Midwinter's Night Dram, the Act 10 for $199.
I got to
this one
say,
for $199.
oh shit, are you serious?
17.
We've all done shit that's not.
Yeah, we've all done.
I actually got two of them.
You
This is
wanna-
the only
you wanna
one I
try
got
the
left.
fucking bottle.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
So there was
I
that
got
time
it.
in college that I did. Never mind, but
Yeah, there you go.
Baker Drinks and Whiskey Wisdom have given me things that I know I will never see. Whiskey Wisdom give me like a Booker's. What was it? Booker's or no, no Boondocks 18. Oh my god, that shit was amazing.
Well, they're doing West Coast shit where it's like Little Book, they had Bakers, because Northwest Bourbon, Sean Lascombe, Toast Malone, they did a live stream Sunday.
Yeah,
And it was those bottles, and it was like Baker's 7, Baker's 13. Shit, none of us will ever find.
So I may be a little drunk, so I'm getting confused, but I forget who sent me Baker 7, and that is right now, Baker 7 and Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof are my absolute favorites. They are freaking
those are good.
phenomenal.
I like
Phenomenal.
So Rusty, if I may interject just real quick, man.
Yeah.
So you're searching for Blanton's Eagle Rare. They are not going to live up to the two that you just mentioned.
No,
right.
No, I know. I've had both. I bought Blanton's and
okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. Oh yes, there it is. But yeah, no, they do not live up. But Eagle Rare is fantastic for the price. 40. So for me, $44 I think is the cheapest that I can find it.
And it's under 50. Eagle Rare is so good. So
yes,
good.
Yes, it is. It is.
It really is.
Yep.
Get the store.
That's the problem with most Buffalo Trace stuff is it's
the
fine
store
at
picture
retail.
usually really good.
Yeah.
It's good at retail, but once you start paying those inflated prices, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
exactly, Brian.
Done, gone.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
No, the most I ever spent was on a George T. Stag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
That was like $280.
And honestly, that's not a bad price for a.
Oh, I would pay that all day long.
We all would. We all
rather that than the $3,000 that you.
I spent a lot on scotches, but I got to hunt all over to get really good deals.
Hold on just a freaking second here. Metallica's new numero uno. Is that Barrel Dave?
There's just people in there talking in chat, talking shit.
That name or that voice is so familiar.
Rusty, they're just hating on Sean. Don't worry about it.
I mean, is that whatever.
Nobody gives a shit. Just let it go.
Not me. Okay, your voices are so freaking familiar.
If Sean tells me get that shit out, it's gone. If I see it going up and it's something really weird, it's deleted.
Yeah, actually, we haven't had any bots pop in a long time.
No,
not my doing. I've done nothing to block.
Dude, I haven't seen them on any channel in a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
good job, YouTube. You're actually doing something with all the money you're keeping from us.
I think that what's helping out Creator Sean is the subscriber mode.
Oh, Rusty, have your son take a road trip to Portland and get it for $38. Really? Wow.
Mm.
Damn.
That's how much it's worth.
Yeah.
You might have to take an Armada with you, but you know.
Rusty, I thought you were in Tennessee, yeah? Or
No, I'm in Alabama.
Alabama.
I've lived in Alabama longer than anywhere, but I was born in South Florida before it blew up into what it is now.
Yeah, that's a rough ride to the West Coast.
So I agree, Richie, but like Kirk's a weird dude. I mean, granted, I've never met him in person, so I can't say officially, but like from all the interviews I've watched, and as you know, I'm kind of a Metallica guy, so I've watched a lot of them. Like Kirk's, he's just an odd fella.
No,
Like James is my guy. Like James is the reason I still even care about Metallica, because the rest of them, I mean, like, well, Robert's cool. Robert's a good dude. But yeah, I mean, I think we all agree that Lars sucks ass. I think that's just a fact that we all agree on across the board.
Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. These guys they worked from nothing and built something, and as well as I do, if any of us was in that position where you were eating Doritos and sleeping on couches, and you put something out there and it puts you up there, and you have to start dealing with people every freaking day, it's going to change you. It's going to make it's going to make you to want to hold people back because they are freaking flooding you.
Right, but I wouldn't be eating Doritos. I would be eating something else.
Well, musicians as a whole, Rusty.
Yeah.
All right, Jigs. Hey, buddy.
Cheers, Mr. Jigs.
Cheers, man.
See you, Mr. Jigs.
I'm gonna go.
Cheers, Jigs.
Say hi to Vic.
Good night.
So, the people that can handle that and still retain a level of personable, that's tough. It's got to be tough.
Well, I guess that's kind of so. Napster stuff aside, I honestly don't really care about that as far as like.
I don't either. I see where they were coming from. People were stealing their freaking shit, man.
Right.
I mean, really.
Exactly,
my issue with
back then, that's with the new technology, they were definitely taking money straight out of their pockets, because prior to online stuff, the only way that you made money on your records were sales of albums, cassettes, and touring. That was it.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I don't really like now that I'm an adult, like I don't have an issue with the whole Napster thing. Like it makes sense now that I'm older. I understand how things work. Right. But that's not my issue with Lars. I don't think Lars is a great person. Like I like he just doesn't.
Well, he probably wasn't the best representative for them during that time period.
I disagree.
He doesn't feel like a great human being from everything I've seen from him.
Maybe something that I don't, but everything that I've seen, I don't see him as any different than any other person would be in his position, trying to protect what he had. I completely get it. And, you got to be, at some point, you got to turn into a dick to keep the people off of you.
You also have to like progress with the times. You have to understand how things are going.
Well, I mean,
sure, you can go out there and go, hey, I'm holding on to this like old school technology and fuck all y'all, and you're gonna piss everybody off. Or you can be like, hey, I see where this is going, and I'm gonna, get out of here and put myself out there. And hey, let me try to embrace this new stuff.
Yeah.
And if you are going to be the guy that stands over going, fuck off, get off my lawn, then no one's going to respect you.
Yeah.
I think my issue with Lars is pretty simple, actually.
Okay.
From what I've seen from Lars, it seems like the way that he lives his life is very much money over everything. Now, if that's a philosophy that you agree with, then fine. I do not.
I don't. I mean, I don't personally see that. I try to look at it from that person's perspective, and you can't stand outside and look at what somebody is having to deal with every day, and say, well, I would do this different. You don't know. You don't know.
We don't. But here's what we do know.
Metallica.
His popular opinion is in the toilet. Okay, go on ahead. I'm sorry.
If I may interject, here's what we do know, to Jody's point, is that Metallica is one of the largest bands to ever exist anywhere.
Yeah.
Like they have stupid amounts of money, like money that we would never even understand having.
Right. Yeah.
So when you're still that greedy at that point in life, it seems like that's your only goal.
So you're only allowed.
You can say all day long, but that's the persona that's being projected.
No, that's the persona. That's the persona that the media is putting out there to everybody. And
the media. So wait. So the media, like in general, quote unquote, the media is picking on Mars.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's the persona Lars.
No, why would they do that?
The next one up.
No, so Rusty, I strongly disagree. Lars did this to himself.
He did it to himself. He brought this on himself.
So fun fact. I don't know how many people know this. Lars, because he is who he is. Now you can call this smart, and it certainly is smart. And then we're going to get right back to music here in just a second. But Lars saved. He's the only one. He took every single poster, every single bit of memorabilia they've ever had, and he has it in his own personal vault. He didn't share it with any other member of Metallica. He saved all of it for himself, and he has this personal collection of memorabilia that only Lars has.
Yeah.
Now, you could say, well, he was smart enough to save all that stuff, and so good on him. But it just shows what his personality is, because he wasn't like, hey, guys, we should all do this. That way we have something to fall back on. He kept it all for himself, and he never shared it with any other member.
So you know personally that's what he did, and he didn't try to share that with them.
You can go on YouTube and look at. He talks about it.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. Maybe he did. But okay. So
I mean, the way he
was smart enough to do something like that, and nobody else was. That makes him a dick.
No.
All I'm saying is, here's my thought on that one particular thing, Rusty. Is that if these are your boys, if these are your bandmates, then why not look out for them too and say, like, hey guys, we're going to be big someday. We should all keep this stuff.
I think his priorities make him a dick. His priorities make him a dick.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to make my wife was hollering at me. Don't be a dick. Look, I'm trying to make a
I don't think you're being a dick at all.
All I'm saying.
Let me say one thing. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're Adele. It doesn't matter. It matters if we're willing to pay for it. And here's the deal. Today, Lars has made himself a dick to the world, and no one's willing to pay shit.
Okay, all right. So here's the thing. So if 1 million freaking people think you're a dick and you're really not a dick, you're really a dick then, right?
Well, 1 million people are you trying to make money off of the fact that you're not a dick or a dick or what? It doesn't matter what that's like saying if 1 million people come to you and say you should be paying this tax. No, that's not what we're saying. No, forget that.
It's exactly the same thing.
No, it's not exactly the same. I'm coming to you and saying, Bourbon Downey is a nice guy.
Hey, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Carlos, you're new guy on the stream. I don't think I've ever had you on before. Give us another topic, anything. I don't care what it is.
Yes, please. We're not going to agree. I think he did exactly what he needed to do.
Whatever the first thing is that pops in your head, let's talk about it.
Yes.
guys,
let's bring it back. Let's bring it back to bourbon and whiskey. What are you guys' top?
You're right. You're right.
Top
sir.
2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off real quick. Hey, good luck on your bourbon hunt tomorrow, my man. And
Yeah.
good to see
good luck.
everybody.
Hey,
Good night.
yeah.
Good job. Good seeing you, buddy.
Tim, good hanging out with you, man. It's been too long.
God dang it.
So
All
okay,
right.
so I have a question because we've thought about like doing our like end of the year like best of 2023. Like, does it have to be like when you guys talk about like what's your favorite bourbon of the year? Do you stick to something that was released this year, or do you just say this is something new I tried this year that I hadn't had before? Like, does that go on the list? Or?
Good question. Good question.
I do the latter, Brian. If I
Just
tried it
something
this
you
year,
tried,
then
it doesn't have to be released in 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I just discovered it. Yeah.
I try to stick to a release in 2023.
Okay.
That's just
Hey, that's he's a purist.
so-
He's a
so he-
purist.
Here's the exception, Brian.
Okay.
Like, so for instance, I've gotten several older ECBPs this year. I wouldn't put those on the list because that's like a series.
And that's year specific for sure.
Yeah. But otherwise, if it's like, say, if it was something that was released last year that I didn't get to try last year, that's a continuous, the same thing, like a batch product, then I would throw it on the list.
Yeah.
So then let's do your favorite release this year, and then we'll do favorite thing you've had this year. It might be different. It might not.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
We'll go around the clock here. Z-Man, if you want to lead us off, I'll go last.
Go ahead, Z.
Dude. I do daily sippers, so I don't grab shit. I like the Sagamore had the agave that was done in Añejo bottles. That was like kind of my favorite. And I have not grabbed anything else off the shelf that was anything different than that.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, man. It is what it is.
No,
nothing wrong with that. Jody, you got anything for us?
Jody?
I do. I'm looking. Yo, go to somebody else. I'll be.
Okay. Rusty's next.
All
on the
right,
clock.
my top three. Of course, and y'all can bite me. I love the C923. It is freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
My second is Jack Daniel's single barrel proof, and my third, for me, is Baker 7 because I haven't had anything else. I freaking love it.
Okay.
And I actually got a Baker 7. I don't know what this means to anybody else. I got it for $45, and I was I was freaking amazed.
That's a good price for that.
Yeah, it was freaking fantastic.
There's a 7 and Mark Northwest Bourbon had a bottle tasting video.
Mm-hmm.
They got the 13. And
I want to try the 13 so bad.
I have a sample of the 13. I haven't tried it
cracked
yet.
that bottle. They cracked a little book, and there was a couple other bottles. So I'm like, I ain't seen none of them.
The nice thing about the Baker 7 is it's rarely 7 years old. Like mine was like 8 years, 7 months.
Oh yeah,
you always get a little more age on it.
At least 7.
Yeah.
So
you get a little more age off of it for a decent price. So
yes,
exactly.
I would say my favorite. Let's go ahead. Sorry,
no, I was just gonna say, Brian, what's yours? So yeah.
My favorite release is the A123. I thought it was better than the other two.
Dude,
now
Chris,
that I had all three.
Seriously?
Interesting.
And my favorite one I had this year is this Huling Station single barrel.
Okay. Yeah.
Old Dominic Huling Station single barrel. I got this down in your neck of the woods, Sean, at Liquor Barn. And I've never had anything like it. It is such a unique flavor profile. I love it.
I love the Huling Station. I love it.
It's got like, and I said this. We've said this about a couple things this year. The Conviction one from Storytime was like this. When you get something that's just different from the traditional, like caramel vanilla, brown sugar, and it just hits you in a certain way. Like this has like clove and cinnamon, and it's got a lot of really cool notes in it that just make it different and just it stands out. This is my favorite one this year.
Yeah, Brian, Todd from 2 to 90, he loves that bottle as well. I haven't picked one up. I probably should. They're reasonable and they're available. I just haven't pulled the trigger, so I need to do that.
That's a rare twofer. Available and reasonable.
Yeah. For sure. Especially for a single bear. I think it was like $60. It's pretty nice deal.
Carlos, what do you got, man?
I have a few controversial ones.
All right.
So first controversial one that some people might not agree with is the Blood Oath Pack 9. I actually like it.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. But it's controversial. I know a lot of people don't like it. C923 ECBP. That's definitely up there. Another controversial one is that Booker's Mighty Fine Batch. I really do like it. And then if we're going something like lower price, I really do enjoy that Bardstown Bottle and Bond, the Weeder one. That's really good.
Much cheaper than ECBP. Like once you say ECBP, you've gone cheap enough.
Yeah, there you go. That's cheaper. That's $50. So it's not bad.
So Carlos, I think you said they're controversial, but I think most folks in the community think that those are all good. So yeah,
Those
I think
are solid bottles. Yeah.
All right, I have mine now.
All right,
and I guarantee you, one of them's controversial.
Okay. I guarantee you that none of them are as controversial as mine. So go ahead.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
All right.
I'm curious. So what do we got? He's grabbing a bottle.
Noah's Mill.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's a Willet.
Yeah.
Okay. When I first tried this, I thought this sucks. This tastes like sour grapes, but guess what?
Yeah.
And
I like it.
I went back to it. It was good. It was good. It was good. And now I can't get it out of my head. Now, here's the other one. Rebecca's Creek.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell yeah. The barrel. This is freaking awesome, dude.
I've heard so many good things about that, but we don't have that here in New York.
Yeah, I don't have that here either, but I've heard good things about it.
It's like
yeah, baby. Yeah.
Let's see, and the Austin, any barrel, a Nancy pick or whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
the October Nancy might make it in the finals this year.
Nice.
That is freaking awesome. It is awesome. Okay, that's mine. Okay, go ahead.
All right, Dustin. I think you're up next, man.
Sorry, I kind of hopped in late. It's bourbon of the year.
Hey, Dustin.
Yeah. Bourbon or whiskey, whatever, you know.
Well, so let's just stick with American.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best bourbon I've had this year. That I picked up. This is Gadsby. This blew my mind.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, we're not saying a lot saying cast strength 15-year bourbon's good, so I'm not shocking anybody here.
Right, so there's one at my local. You know, it's just $200, and so I keep going back and forth. It's just been sitting for like 3 weeks.
200 even?
Yeah, well, it's a little more, but I mean, it's not much. I think it's
that's a good price, Sean.
$209.99.
A lot of places.
$319.
I saw Total Wines for $270 just yesterday. So
I gotta hear from like $319.
Okay, so here's my thing, Dustin. I feel like you know me well enough to already know this, but
you're looking at the low proof and don't like that.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I get it because I'm not going to tell you it drinks like it's higher proof than it is. It doesn't. So I get it.
What is it? 90?
It's 98.
Something. It's cast strength, but
98, right? I feel like it's 98.
Yeah, it's 98.1 or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I actually just looked at it again today because I was in that store when I bought this freaking Bowman port.
Yeah, it's great, but you have to appreciate old bourbon. Like that has to be a profile that you actively want.
Well, I mean, so like I love the C923, which is granted only 13 years.
Almost 13, but yeah.
But it's cast strength, you know. So that
well, this is cast strength too. It's just that it went in at a low proof.
It is cast strength.
It lost proof, but yeah. So that's up there. I mean, the C923 was great, although I think people are sleeping on this year's A from the ECBP.
Yeah.
You go blind with two side by side.
It's pretty good.
You're going to struggle to tell which one is which blind. I did it myself because I didn't believe it, and the finish on the C did give it away at the end, but I'd also had both of them recently.
You know, the batches of the A I got, they were too prooфy, and when you go to another barrel proof any Elijah Craig, I wouldn't dig it because it shouldn't drink so fucking hot, man.
Yeah, I think my order is my order is CAB. I do like C the best, but I think A is a solid batch, and then B is my last. And that said, I don't think B is a bad batch. Like everybody shitted all over B. I think B is a good batch. It's just it's not as good as the other two this year.
Yeah,
so
B is below average for ECBP, but that's a hell of a high average.
So for me, C923, I hear about it drinks hot. I get no hotness. Maybe because my palate is muted, and I did drugs for so long that it's killed everything in my. But I love it. I get absolutely no hotness out of C923. But I keep seeing people doing reviews and picking A123 over C923. I haven't had that, so I am really I'm really intrigued to get it's A123, right?
A123, yeah.
A is really good. I just love the oak presence on the finish of C.
Yeah.
And like there's that like black cherry note that comes through with the oak presence that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done side by side, Sean?
I've not done them in a blind. I've had them all in the same night, but I haven't done them in a blind.
Because doing them side by side, I really struggled to pull out nuanced differences other than the finish. It was really.
I'm gonna have to do that now. Now that you mentioned that, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm like, I pulled out my A123.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit.
Well, look, somebody was on. It was over on it was on Mash and Drums Discord. I was talking to somebody and he recommended it, and I was like, "Come on, buddy, you're gonna tell the difference. C is way better." And then I did it, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, you're right."
We blinded all three, and Lauren and I both went ABC. Like we picked them ABC in that order.
Really?
It was, and I loved A right from the start. But I had suspicion that the way everybody was talking about C, I'm like, there's no way we're gonna pick C because everybody's saying how much better it was, and it finished last, which was shocking to us because when we just did a review of B, we didn't like it. It was super hot. It felt like it blew out our palate. But then that second time around when we blinded them, it went ABC.
Well, and that's a problem with blind whiskey reviews in general is nuances like that, like being too hot, you can't pick up on when you're doing 3 super high proof whiskeys.
Right.
So you lose that.
Drinking 3 ECBPs in a row is like, it gets very muddled.
Yeah.
So which is the hot one? All of them.
Yeah. All you can really do when you do that is you can pick up the nuanced differences in the flavor and the finish, but you can't you can't judge the whiskey as a whiskey. The experience of
very hard
whiskey, it gets lost in that mix.
Yep.
Well, I think
there's no nuance.
That I don't think. Now, my personal opinion, and this is why I don't judge my whiskeys this way for my end of the year stuff anymore. I don't think blinds are a great way to judge whiskey. Especially if you're going back to back, because there's too much. You can't get rid of the influence on your palate. It's impossible to do. So, I don't think blinds are fun, and we do them on channels and stuff, and it's content. But as far as actually judging whiskey, I don't think it's a fair way to judge whiskey. So I don't do it that way anymore. So what I do instead now is I will have my wife blind pour me. I'll pick out a selection of whiskeys that will be my whiskeys of the year. I will have her pour me a few of those a night. I will try them and grade them on my own personal scale. You guys make up your own scale. And then at the end of the night, when I've tried my 3 or 4, whatever they are, then she will tell me what they are. That way there's no bias.
Right.
And I separate them with 30 minutes apart or so as well. That way I have time to clean my palate and all that kind of stuff. Because
the only other option is to spin. Fuck doing that.
Because when you're going back to back, not only are you getting influence, but also you're just getting hammered, and there's no your palate's getting blown out. There's just no way that you can decipher things by the end of the blind. Like your palate's done.
Well, Sean, I went and did I actually went and did a whiskey judging event. I was one of like 100 judges, so it wasn't like some limited panel here.
Yeah.
And we did about 40 whiskeys that night. And we were spitting and doing all that stuff, and bruh, that shit is hard.
Oh yeah.
Even with spitting, with crackers, with water. I mean, and it really, the funny thing is you start realizing that like doing whiskey judging, it becomes almost all nose by the end. Like you just very quickly, it's really smell and is there something wrong with this one on the taste?
And the problem too with that style of judging is that you have no idea what the finish is because you're not swallowing, you're spitting every time. So
there are methods that can help you get some of that finish.
Yeah, you can kind of throw it back there. Yeah, but it's still not quite the finish. It's not the same.
It's not as good. You're right, but now mind you, I've heard some of the guys who do this professionally really have figured out a system that gets that for them. But I mean, at the end of the day, you aren't getting the finish because you had 40 whiskeys in 3 hours.
Yeah,
right.
Your tongue is dead. It is literally dead.
But, and we were doing scotches, so it was like we had like 8 straight sherry finished whiskeys. It was just like, bruh, I can't drink any more sherry here. Like it's just the same flavor over and over.
Right, but I like what Richie Z says right here. He says, "I've heard A is amazing, but my sample of C was hey, if you like C, go for fucking C, man.
Yeah.
For it.
Well, the thing is, the C has become really hard to get. So I do want to point out to people that A is pretty close, just because I know there's people who have A's sitting on the shelves still and they can't get a C.
Yeah.
Well, and
people missing out. I I wanted to let you know. Buy
They're
the C.
so close.
Stop being a snob.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, that's how it is here in Florida. We still haven't seen the C batch. Like I was able to get it through Major Zero, but I wasn't like we don't see the C batch here. Like we probably won't see it until the end of the year.
So Carlos, to your point, I live in Kentucky where the shit's made, and we haven't seen the C batch. So the only reason I have this is because a fellow up in Ohio, I won't name names because of how delivery works and things.
You may have just gotten off.
He got it for me and sent it down like a month ago. We still haven't seen him.
So I did get my bottle in Kentucky, so it has hit Kentucky. Yeah, but Kentucky's distribution's also weird. It's like,
well, also I live in BFE, Kentucky, so
yeah.
We didn't get it in New York till the end of October.
I mean, we didn't get the C921 until the C922 came out in Northern Kentucky. Just for context.
But go ahead, Rusty.
I want to point out the little distilleries. So there was a little distillery that I went and seen a few months ago.
Yeah, that's a little distillery.
It's called Irons One.
I just wanted to put out, this would have been the last bottle I was going to mention.
Irons One, and I want y'all to look that guy up and buy it. This thing, I can't explain it. It's good. To me, I don't know, but yeah, Irons One. He is a one man operation basically in Irons One, Huntsville,
down in Alabama.
Yes, Huntsville, Alabama.
Cool, man. I like it. I love these small distilleries like that. There's just one guy doing the damn thing.
If you guys haven't subscribed to Old Humble Distilling.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, he's
Joe, man. Yeah,
you better get ready to sit back and listen to 4 hours of liberal politics. But you also can watch him make whiskey.
There is that. Yeah, Joe's going to go on a rant about something every time, but
it could be Waco, it could be UFOs, but it's always entertaining.
And by the way, all of it, every single topic, according to Joe, is bullshit. So it doesn't matter. Pick a topic, it's bullshit to Joe.
So it's Old Humble Distilling.
Old Humble Distilling.
Humble.
But he will go live during the workday while he's just like puttering around, putting labels on bottles.
He's going to tell you how every single one of your conspiracy theories are bullshit. That's what he's going to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, if you call it a conspiracy theory, it probably is. But hey.
I'm sorry, but all my conspiracy theories have come true, so I don't know what
Well, he doesn't like fat
Rusty,
workers.
you
I
love that
can see
website.
that.
Maybe it wasn't a conspiracy theory.
Exactly.
He's
You
one
know,
of the people.
my favorite thing from Joe, honestly, is when he posted, this was like months back. He posted the picture of the deer eating a snake because he was like blown away by that. I've seen it many times because of my life that I live. But like I was just so excited that somebody posted this. Deer eat snakes, like they eat the shit out of snakes, for obvious reasons, because they don't know which is poisonous and which is not. So they just stomp the shit out of all of them and eat them. Yeah.
But meanwhile, they run from us just walking like down the street, like we're the most dangerous thing that's ever walked the earth.
But they understand that a snake can sneak up on you and kill you. So they're just like, "Fuck you, snake! I'm killing you."
Stomp the fuck.
What's wild is, like, Sean, I couldn't live in a more urban environment where I'm at. And yet I literally was like, just a week ago, was walking like around my apartment complex, like a 300 unit apartment complex. And behind this complex is another 300 unit apartment complex. And there's a shopping center on the other side of the building. I'm going for a walk, and sure enough, I stumble upon a deer. And he's looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing here, man? There's trees here. You're not supposed to be here." I'm like, "It's a walking path."
If only you had a bow, Dustin, you would have had dinner for like months.
He was a little young to kill, man. I would have probably felt a little bad. He wasn't quite Bambi, but he wasn't much older.
All right. Well, we're not going to judge you on that one, but no, the younger ones are more tender.
Anyway,
I'll just say that.
So
I'll be honest, if I were carrying a bow walking around my neighborhood, I would probably get arrested.
I have not answered Carlos's question yet. So Carlos thought his answers were controversial. I'm certain mine will be. So it's hard for me to narrow it down to like a top three, though. That's going to be the problem. My list is long. So we'll start with the least controversial. C923 is obviously on the list. I don't know where it ranks because I haven't really done that yet, but it's going to be up there. I just did them back to back. A123 is good, but it's brighter on the finish, which I don't love. Still very good though. It doesn't have that just deepness that the C923 is as far as oak presence that I appreciate. But they're both very good. Now that aside, this Nancy pick, the October, is phenomenal. Thank you, great shot, my buddy. He got
is that a single barrel or is that like a small blend she did?
I believe it's a single barrel. Let me.
That's a cast strength single barrel.
Yeah, so it says barrel number, and then it's a lot of letters and numbers. So yeah, so that this Kings County pick that Ben did is absolutely stellar.
Phenomenal.
The one that Ben did, that was good.
That's really good. Even though this is just a shelfer, for all intents and purposes, the Rebecca Creek Spanish Oak is freaking killer. I got a second one on the way. That's how much I like that.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Where's the Rebecca Creek out of?
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That shouldn't be a surprise given who I am anymore. But,
right. I should have.
Yeah, but I'm in North Carolina and I love the shit out of it.
Well, I'm in Kentucky. I just become known as the Texas guy. So
Sean likes his whiskey to punch him in the dick.
That's right.
Yeah.
If it doesn't do that, it's just whiskey for bitches, right?
That's some dick punching whiskey.
Anyway,
I mean, we don't get that here, but I was just on their website and I'll have to order that because you guys keep talking about it.
Dude, it's so freaking good.
If you like molasses, you'll love it.
Carlos is going to go bankrupt if he stays on the stream any longer.
Right?
Yeah. Next up, I got like several balcones in a row.
If that worked out well, you're like, I want a Blanton straight from the barrel, and I'm like, oh shit, it's on sale for $200. I've never seen it this cheap.
That's not bad.
So
that's not bad at all, man. Thank you.
The balcones, blue corn finished in Cabernet Sauvignon that I got from the fancies out in California. That was a great pick.
That's one of the better ones, yeah.
This
was great.
The Balcones peated that I got from Great Shot. If you like peated single malts, then I don't know how you could not like this. It's
no.
That's wonderful whiskey. Right there.
No, Pete did
And
anything.
lastly, the Balcones Cast Strength Rye pick that I got from Ben. Yeah. And and of course the C923. And then I also have a private barrel. No, that's not the one.
So basically, Balcones and single barrels are what makes Sean's list.
Yeah. So and then Elijah Craig private barrel. Yeah. So basically everything cast strength is
Yeah, but also again, it has to be single barrel Balcones, or with one exception.
Forgive me for being ignorant. Dustin channel,
Top Shelf Whiskey.
Somebody throw the link in there. Richie Z.
Yeah,
throw the link in there. I want
put it
to
on earlier.
Guy, he might have something to say that I want to listen to. Whatever.
Yeah.
We occasionally get around to bourbon.
You know, look, whatever. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
No, so Rusty, I think like all of us, honestly, man, like I'm not even gonna try and like give you any shit. I think that all of us eventually come around to Scotch to some degree, just because like you'll eventually get bored with whatever you got, and then you start looking for other things.
Okay.
And then you start exploring other categories of whiskey. So
just like born women.
I desperately want to like Scotch. I really do. I want to be in that community because it's like a whole other thing. I desperately want to, but damn it, I can't find anything that I like.
What have you had?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Well, okay. Wait, let me ask you a question before he completes this sentence. Top Shelf, is it blue snifter with blue on the inside? Okay, gotcha. Okay, go, carry on.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't had a lot. I don't know. People have put it in front of me, and it's like this weird, I don't know, alien shit, that you get in there, and I'm like, what?
You've had peated Scotch then?
Well, the thing is with Scotch is versus bourbon is bourbon's fairly narrow, right? Like,
okay.
For starters, it has to be 51% corn. It has to be in a new charred barrel.
Right.
A lot of rules.
The rules kind of narrow the flavor profile, which, hey, bourbon's very diverse. But Scotch has got all these other rules. So they can go all over here. So, like, Scotch is this huge thing. So, like, helping someone find what they like to get started in Scotch is much more difficult than bourbon.
Right. Okay.
I can get 6 bourbons, and, like, we'll figure out kind of where you're at.
Right.
I might need 60 Scotches for some people. Now, most, again, we could probably narrow it down, but it's a lot harder.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I've watched all and it just intrigues the hell out of me. So there's like some really good whiskey Scotch documentaries on Netflix, and it's like, oh, you're looking at all this history and the way they do it, and they've been doing it this way for hundreds of years. And it's like, oh God, I want to enjoy that, but I probably haven't tried the things that I probably need to try and I'll agree with that. And I don't know what I've tried, but it's just a weird ass taste. And so
let me give you a couple ideas to look for. So,
okay,
I would go look for a Balvenie sample set. They have them at a lot of liquor stores. If not, you can probably find one online. It'll be like $30 maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 40, but probably 30. That'll be a couple different finishes. Balvenie's malt is very approachable. It's sweet, succulent. It's not peated. So assuming like most people, they had like a Johnny Walker Black and that turned them off of Scotch forever.
Which Johnny Walker Black is terrible.
Johnny Walker and think
I like Johnny Walker Black. I mean, for what it is, but it's not where I would start anybody in anything. No. Glenmorangie is not as good a malt, but they have another set. And what's cool about them is they've got like some really distinctive different cask finishings. And I found a lot of bourbon drinkers gravitate to the Glenmorangie, either the La Santa, which is their sherry, or the I can't think of the port finished one's name right now off the top of my head, but Quinta Rubin. Sorry, they have a port finished.
Hey, so Dustin, if I may, just real quick, another one to not start with. and it's very popular. I don't really understand why. Monkey shoulder. That's a terrible.
No.
It is so
Never,
damn.
ever
It's
go
terrible. It is a terrible scotch.
It is horrible. No,
I
monkey shoulder.
I don't agree or disagree on that one. I'm kind of neutral because it definitely can take people down a wrong path.
Oh, don't.
I'm starting with here, guys. Are well-known distilleries that you can get sample sets. So you get 50 ml, so you can try a couple different things to find what you're liking. Another one's Compass Box. They do another set.
Okay.
And it has their Spice Tree, Cured House.
This is the one that I love. This is what actually.
Blue Hobbit 12. Hell yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
let me show you what I buy.
But if you try that sample set, I'm leaving Pete out of here. But you try those couple sample sets, which will cost you all three together will probably be about $100, and you'll get like
that one's good too. Jody. I like the Dalmore.
Good one.
Dalmore 12.
Dalmore 12. All right, I've seen that. So I'm gonna get that, and it's
this is a Highland Scotch. There's no peat. It is. If you don't like this, you don't like bourbon.
Okay. Well, all right.
Just start here and then try the sample sets or whatever.
Boy.
What? Really, Dustin? So that's not good. You don't.
It's 40%. So if you've been drinking bourbon, that's just such a thing to jump in. Also, it's so much fake coloring in that thing. It's
getting you used to the 80 proof on a low end waxy fucking Highland Scotch.
But I mean, it's like first whiskey if you're not drinking 100+ proof bourbon. Like if you're drinking 100 proof bourbon's it's gotta be 46%.
Jody, you
say what you want, but I mean, I like it.
It's my opinion.
I drink it every once in a while.
So Jody, just my personal thing. I wouldn't start someone with Dalmore. But I think it's
okay.
It's
maybe I'm wrong, but my wife likes it.
I mean, it's fine. I don't think it's a bad Scotch.
It's a Scotch for somebody who isn't into whiskey in general, and you want to bring them into whiskey. In my opinion,
it's not monkey shoulder bad.
All right, Dustin, tell me the bottle I need to go out and try that is going to win me over. Tell me the bottle, and
But again, that's the thing I was bringing up. It's like there's just so much depth and variety. It's hard to pick. That's why I gave you those sample ideas because you can try different finishings to get an idea of what you like.
Here's my problem.
Yeah, fellas, if we may pause for a second.
I said Boone 12 is a really good choice.
Okay, let's corral the drunks for a second. So, Rusty, what have you actually tried? Do you remember any names?
I don't know. Yes, I know, Ben. I don't know. I was drunk, and I tasted it. Whatever it was, I think it was Johnny Walker. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, and I think there was and I don't think it's actually considered Scotch. It's a single malt. But that's pretty much Scotch, ain't it? Single malt.
Single malt style of Scotch.
So Johnny Walker would be a blend, but nonetheless, it's still Scotch. Yeah.
Yeah. So I drain poured Stranahan's, Blue Point or something. I was like, no.
American single malt, not Scotch.
That's unfortunate.
I hated it. It was, I hated it. And Johnny Walker. I think I had a Johnny Walker. I think I had Johnny Walker Blue. Somebody bought it for me, and it wasn't bad. But now I've heard people say that. Well, that's not really Scotch. I don't know.
No, it's really Scotch. It's just it's 40%, and it's
40.
Way overpriced.
The thing is with Johnny Walker Blue, I don't know how you could hate it because there's not enough flavor to hate.
It was. I mean, it was okay. I didn't hate it, but it was okay. Yes, it seemed a little light, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's okay.
It's kind of like chewing on a salted chicken breast. Like it's okay. It's food. Like you don't hate it or love it. It's just a little bit. It's something to eat. It's not great.
If somebody tells you every whiskey they've ever had is too harsh and they want something smooth, Johnny Walker Blue is your solution because That shit's smooth. It's nothing else, but it is smooth.
My son said Johnny Walker Blue is overrated. Okay, all right.
That's a fact. Yeah, it is incredibly overrated. Yeah.
The only scotch I have had, and like I would say it was fine, was my buddy had this bottle. It was called Aberfeldy. I don't know a number after anything. Like I don't know how it was aged, but it was fine. It just tasted like a whiskey, like it wasn't smoky or peated or anything like that. It was just like a whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to get aggressive, you can go chasing after virgin oak, aged scotches. They're not common, but they are out there, and they will remind you a hell of a lot about a bourbon. Like,
let me tell you, Sugar Kitty sent me samples, and we did the thing, and I'll tell you, every freaking thing he sent me was gorgeous, and he sent me some, the finished ones and the peated ones, and I'll tell you this, but every single fucking one of them that he sent me, I tried to go out and buy them. I can't. They're not here.
Can't find them.
I can't buy them.
That is definitely a problem with availabiliability. But the website I posted earlier, I hate to over advertise it because it's like my little honey hole, but they will. They're a great resource for that. The shipping's a little pricey, but truth be told, 9 times out of 10, the whiskey there is cheaper than if you were to buy it in your local store. So
is hard to find scotch harder to get than hard to find bourbon?
No, but hard to find scotch is retail priced correctly, which means there's not as big a secondary market generally. So you're going to
spend a little more.
You're going to spend a lot more.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that said, like for example, I'm a huge Springbank fan. In fact, so Jigs and I did a little trade, and then I ended up paying him because I was slow shipping. But I'm still sending him some stuff. This is one of the bottles I got out for him. So this is Long Row, tiny little distillery. I think they only put like a couple hundred barrels of Long Row aside every year. In the States, these sell at like 2 to almost 3 times the price you would pay in the UK retail. But we can kind of get them here in the UK. They laugh. They're like, "What do you mean you can't get these for retail?" Like they're Van Winkle like ghosts now. Anytime there's a good one, so they have to go buy them at auction.
Wow.
So yeah, like, right now I know where I can get some super rare Springbank, but it'll cost me $1,300.
So Chris Jenkins just said, on a special occasion, would you rather a scotch or a bourbon to celebrate?
For me, it's scotch. Bourbon's what I like to drink on just an average day. But if I really want something that's going to wow me, Scotch has a level that bourbon doesn't reach, and that's.
I don't agree with that.
Wow.
I mean, there's certain bourbons that will reach that level.
Now, Justin is a little biased. Dustin. Sorry.
Yeah, he's way biased. I mean, there's certain scotch that I can wow.
I'm from Kentucky.
I like it.
I can play. Do you want to do the
you're a Scotch guy. You're a Scotch
I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
you send me 3 ounces of your best scotch, and I'll send you 3 ounces of my best bourbon, and we will go live and try them live.
Well, so
3 ounces is a lot of whiskey.
So Jody,
you're talking about $1,000.
3 ounces?
You're talking about $1,000. You're talking about $1,000.
1 ounce pours of 3 of your best scotches. I'll send you 3 ounces of my best bourbons, and I send you. You send me. We go live. We try.
I've got 6 bottles of King Kentucky in the other room.
So
I want to what you got. I'll send you 3 ounces of the best things I have on my shelf. You send me 3 ounces of your best scotch. And then we go live.
Cool, Dave. Yeah, Barrel Dave.
We go just try them online live.
What be your celebratory? So real quick. So
okay.
One thing, what Dustin likes for really good scotch and what I like are very different things, and that's going to be true of everybody. So
right, it's all personal preference.
Who did we lose? We just lost somebody.
Z-Man.
Z-Man.
Cheers, Z.
Cheers, Z.
Cheers, man.
But that kind of goes back to what I like in bourbon. So I like punchy, high proof Scotch, just like I like punchy, high proof bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're not that kind of person, then you may prefer a different kind of Scotch. That said,
I like punchy, high proof Scotch too, buddy. It's the thing is the punchy, high proof Scotches that are really good, I don't have a lot of.
No. So here's what I mean, Dustin. I actually have found out that I actually prefer younger, punchier Scotches at cask strength than older cask strength Scotch.
What cask strength stuff have you had that's super old? Out of curiosity.
That's a good question.
Because I know what I've given you was not cask strength.
No, that's true. What did I have? It's around here. It's going to take me a long time to find it. There's no way.
If I had one, I would sample to you. But like I gave you Lagavulin 25-year-old, I will change your mind.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean probably, but
It's also,
I haven't had anything that old. The oldest cask strength I've had was 14, I want to say. So 12 to 14, which is not super old for Scotch. I understand that. But what I'm saying is my Stay Ocean, which is 6, I prefer over that. So it's half the age, and I prefer that. So now, granted, at double what I've had, it may be different. I kind of feel like not, though, because so like when you sent me that Ardbeg flight, basically, and I reviewed it, as much as I appreciate the insane expense of that, I preferred the youngest one, as I kind of said in the review. I said it very gently. And honestly, like, I was surprised by that outcome because
keep in mind, Mike and I, for example, we reviewed 5 super old Ardbegs, and the one I sent you was dead last.
Okay.
So I just want to point out, like, and then that's the only one I had. I didn't own any other. Those were all Mike that we reviewed that were the better ones. But, well, I just don't want to point out that was not their best foot forward. But again, that wasn't cask strength, and that makes such a big difference with age.
But none of them were cask strength. I mean, like in that flight.
But what I'm saying is cask strength matters more with age, I think, in Scotch.
Okay, fair enough.
All I was saying is let's go toe to toe and just send some samples. Like, don't even tell me what they are. I'll send you 3. You send me 3. We'll try them and turn me on to Scotch.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want somebody to give me a couple of bottles that I can go out and try. That I am not a Scotch person, but make me a Scotch person.
So Dustin,
3 1 ounce pours. You send me 3 1 ounce pours, and blind, and we'll go on together and try them, and we'll see what we get.
So Dustin, what is your training wheel Scotch for a bourbon drinker? Like, forget like flavor profiles and what people's palates are. Just like, what is a standard that you would say, go here if you want to start delving into Scotch?
So where I've had the most success, and this is not necessarily with like, now there's a difference between like a bourbon geek like we are and maybe like you're just regular bourbon drinker. Sure. So your regular bourbon drinker, I always send them down the road of Glenmorangie. Okay. So the Rosanta and the Quinta Rubin, because they're sweet, they're relatively palatable, they're unpeated, and that'll give me a pretty quick idea of kind of, is that a direction that you want to go? The Balvenie Doublewood is also a good one. I prefer the Balvenie malt. I think it's just a better malt, so that's probably what I would give a more advanced bourbon drinker.
Sure.
And then the Boona 12 that he mentions is a good choice. It's just not one it's not one that helped transition me early on in my drinking, because I started off with bourbon and went to Scotch and then came back to bourbon. And now, I do both, but that's a good one. It's not one that like brought me in. So it's tougher for me to mention it. And then I'll be honest, I'd love to get everybody into Ardbeg 10 as soon as I can, just to see if Pete's your thing.
Yes.
Because Ardbeg 10,
right? That's the smoky.
Ardbeg is one of the most heavily peated ones, but it's such a good malt that if you're gonna like peat right away, and some people do, and some people hate it, but if you're gonna like it right away, Ardbeg is just such a good one to get you right into.
Yeah.
So Dustin, if I may, I hate to interrupt, but so Ardbeg 10 is what made me fall in love with peat. And like it wasn't on the first sip, because at first sip it's kind of like, to Rusty's point, it's like, what the hell is going on here? Because it's not like anything you've ever had. Like it's a punch in the face,
right?
But it's an interesting punch in the face. And so like I don't know that I loved it at first sip, but I was like, man, this is really weird and different. And I'd had other peated stuff before. I'd had the Dalmore. I'd had what's the peated Macallan? It's very lightly peated, but nothing Macallan is peated at all.
Nothing you've had.
I saw Highland.
Okay. Anyway,
you the only Macallans that they've done peated in the last like 20 years are the Macallan Black series, which one's $8,000 and the other one's not sold in the States, and it's $450 plus.
So there's nothing even slightly peated.
No,
Okay.
I mean all of their stuff has like 3 ppms or something, but that's almost negligible.
Okay, well, I mean, but again, I'm coming off of bourbon, so I
3 ppms is like basically the lowest any Scotch is. Like that's like that's like oops, we accidentally grabbed a malt that had char on it one day. Oops.
Okay, well, I mean, it's not Ardbeg, Peter. I'm just saying. So this was years ago when I was coming off of bourbon. Well, not coming off of, because I'm still there.
Maybe Highland Park was what you're thinking.
No, I had that too. But
Highland Park got a little bit of peat.
That was actually after Ardbeg, but nonetheless. So I had Lefroy. Lefroy was actually the first peated thing I ever had. Hated it. Still do, actually, but that's besides the point. And then had a Macallan that was apparently not peated, but it seemed somewhat peated to me. But nonetheless. And then I had Ardbeg 10. That was the third one I ever had. And as I said, it was interesting but weird. And then it was probably the third pour of that, because I bought a bottle because everybody was talking about it, and I was like, okay, well, let me get a bottle and just see. It was like $45 at the $50 at the most. Like it's a fairly inexpensive North Star. I think we're wanting a solo here. Let me.
Put that up. Now this was if you want to talk inexpensive, it's like $50.
Walila, okay.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is Kalila, single barrel, 8-year-old. And I don't understand. So, yeah, this one they say it's from a refilled Solera hogshead. And I have no idea what that means. I know what a Solara is. I don't know what a refilled Solara is.
So all this peat talk, guys, like I'm about to like get into this Lagavulin 11.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Like you guys are talking about all this peat, and I like keep looking at the bottle over here, and I'm like, damn.
So I'm curious for those of you. So I kind of briefly shared my story. What was the bottle that got, for all of you that do like peat? What was the one that got you into it?
Yes.
For me, it was Ardbeg 10. And and that's kind of jumping in the deep end of the pool to some degree, but that's what did it for me. That's what made me love it. So I'm curious for other guys on the panel that loved, or in chat, if you love peated Scotch now, what made you love it? What was the bottle that did it? So
hold on, let me just interrupt real quick. I'm gonna punch out here because I got hockey in the morning, my kids' hockey game. So
yeah, okay. Hey Brian, thank you so much for hanging out. You're same time zone as me, so yeah, it's nearly 2 a.m. So cheers.
Yeah. Good night, Brian.
Thanks, guys. It was good talking to you. Dustin, nice meeting you, brother.
Cheers, buddy.
Hey.
Take care.
Cheers, brother.
It's also 2 a.m. here. I need to go to bed too. But let me say, I'm interested in trying some peat. And I've had Malt Muser sent me some scotches, and I sent him some bourbons. And some of them were peated. And they tasted meaty, like, bacon burnt in type, the barbecue smoke. And some of them tasted like Band-Aids and hate, we like to joke about. I want to get into it more, but my thing is bourbon. I buy bourbon all the time, and I spend all my money on bourbon. And here I don't get to go buy all the Scotch, and they're like, oh, look for the Iran this and this, and then I go look and they're not there. So I don't know what to buy, right? And I'm not saying, and I'll tell you this too. The last bourbon review I did wasn't about my personal preference. It was about complexity. Now, you may not like those notes, but they were there, like licorice or whatever. And I went through the array, and I can appreciate the complexity of a whiskey without actually being my personal preference. So I'm not a novice at this. I mean, I will try whatever, but I don't like licking an ashtray. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So don't get me wrong when I say I don't like scotch. I didn't say that. I love scotch. I have scotches down here. I have rye, and then above that I have all these bourbons, and over there I have tequilas and ryes and all kind of shit. Right?
Yep.
I'm just saying, what's good? What the fuck is good?
I mean, the thing is, like, for example, if you're getting into hating Band-Aids thing, which is a perfectly valid note, it's gonna take more time with those different spirits to start picking up the nuanced differences. It's kind of like when someone first gets into bourbon. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to say, "Hey, man, you get vanilla? Yeah, I got vanilla. Cool. You got caramel? Yep, got caramel.
Yep. Wood sugar.
But can they get past those three things and start being like, this has really got like an apple orchard kind of thing up front. This one's really giving me like, that little bit of espresso bean, some dark savory chocolate. Like, that's a hard thing to get. Like, people hear you saying that when you're talking about a bourbon, they're like, you are full of shit. All you can taste is alcohol, maybe some vanilla and caramel. Man, you ain't getting any of that shit.
Or cinnamon. Cinnamon's a common one. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Well, but you're talking to other reviewers, man. We're we've drank a lot of whiskey.
Well, hey, man, I've gone into tequila, and man, I can pick up a few notes that might be special, but I hear a tequila guy talking about tequila, and I'm just like, man, I don't get any of this shit. Like,
Dustin, I'm the same way. Like, all my friends are into tequila, and they're telling me all these notes, and I'm like, maybe, like, I taste something that
tastes like body sweat and plants,
right?
Yeah.
I taste something that's not whiskey notes, but
yeah.
Like, I haven't developed a palate to be like helpful in giving any of those just to discuss tequila. Like, I can't do it because I just can't get past that agave note that just kind of dominates for me.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's same thing with wine. Like, I can kind of sort of pick up some nuance in wine, but again, like, me saying grape juice is probably the most common note I'm getting, man, because that is what I'm noticing. And it doesn't matter if it's a silver oak or whatever, like the box wine that everybody buys is. Like, it's just
the Franzia. Yeah.
So, Dustin, thoughts on Talisker 10 as its starting point?
That is a really complex whiskey for a 10-year-old at that price point. I think if you like it, that's awesome, but I don't know if it'll let you know real quickly if you like spice in your scotch, I think.
Yeah, I mean, because like as far as like on the peat scale, it feels soft to me.
You mean on the peat scale, right, Sean?
On the peat scale, it's great, but man, that is a complex with the wormwood kind of thing going on there. I mean,
I think that's what makes it interesting. Like, if you're coming off of bourbon, I think there's enough going on that it's not boring.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the non-10-year, like just the Talisker Storm, the one that's like non-age stated?
I've never had that one, so
like $50, something like that. But
I had the Dark Storm, which was really good, though. Man.
So what about so Whiskey Uncensored Ben said the answer is Glenrenach 12.
So Glendronach 12 is a heavy sherried bottle. They're fairly affordable.
I would be out on that if that was the first thing.
Whiskey geeks have kind of poo-pooed that brand because the quality's gone down, but the 12 is still a perfectly good whiskey. I mean, if you're willing to spend close to $100, the Glendronach 15 is a massive step up. That would be a really good one to bring people in on versus the 12. now you're at $100, and that's a much harder selling point to get somebody to come in.
Yeah, I need something around $50 that is not like heavily peated.
Yeah, you're not getting scotch for $50 these days.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, this
75 like you're starting.
Dalmore 12 is $85.
Holy. Well, I'm sticking with bourbon. I'm too poor.
I mean, like, here's the thing: is like you're starting off with these higher prices because they had to ship it across the ocean.
$50 will get you the Talisker Storm.
Talisker
This is the non-age stated though. It's not the 10, right? But in my area, this is like $40-50, and this will get you into. It's peated, so you have to. It'll definitely let you know if you like peated or not.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna look for that. Talisker Storm. Okay.
I'm trying to think what you can still find for good price. I mean, the problem is,
what about the
our Big 10 is still like 50.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Let me pull one up.
I think that Wee Beastie is like $50.
Look, if you want to dab into peat, a little bit of smoke, get the Jura.
Jura 10. Okay.
It is cheap. I will give you that.
It's cheap. It's barely peated. It's a little bit of smoke in there.
But I would send you more to like a Highland Park 12. I know it's going to cost a little bit.
Yeah, but this is too cheap. But this won't turn you off of it.
All right.
I mean, I guess it really depends on who you are. So,
yeah.
And then that's why it's nice to have a couple of, like, even if you had 3 like different scotches you could definitively like explain why you do and don't like them. It makes the conversation easier because it is just such a broad.
I have never gone back to the Jura 10. I tried it twice. But it's very, very lightly peated.
Yeah, I mean, if you want if you like peat and you want to jump into peat, I mean, Ardbeg 10 again, it's still like $55. That's the thing I keep going back to is it's affordable and it's a really good malt. It's 46%. It's non-chill filtered. It's got all the whiskey geek stuff you want. And it's still an affordable whiskey, which is really getting hard to say anymore about anything.
Yeah. And it's so stinking good. And
I don't have that. I can't speak to it. Listen to them,
but you have to love peat.
It's the most heavily peated, like off the shelf bottle in that price range you'll ever have. I mean, it's the top.
Yeah. But that said, the kind of smoke that you get on Ardbeg, I think is really enjoyable. Whereas there's others that I think are more medicinal, or I'm not really sure how you would describe them. But I mean, so Lefroy for me,
medicinal is the right term for that.
Yeah, Lefroy is like ashtray and iodine. So if you're into that, then whatever. I'm not. Still, I've tried it many, many times since, just because people are like, "No, Lefroy is great." No, it's not. Unless that's your thing. If you like iodine and ashtray, then sure.
I did not like Lefroy at all until I got into the 25-year-old, and that's really not a good sign that you have to age at 25 years before I start enjoying your whiskey.
Yeah. And Dustin, what's the price point on that, just for everybody?
It used to be something I could say in terms that weren't insane, but now you're like $650.
Yeah. So
right.
Exactly, like a stupid price.
It used to be $300. Like I started buying those around $300.
All right, guys, I got to run. The wife is she's like she wants to go. If we're gonna go, we're gonna do a bourbon drop, allocated drop, and I thank you for everything.
Yeah. Well, charge your phone and come on live while you're waiting in line.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think this is a good point to stop. It's 2 a.m.
Yeah, I'm about to drop off.
Yeah, I'm about to drop as well, guys.
So, fellas, thank you for hanging out. Everybody in chat, thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the support, and we'll see you next week. We're gonna end it here. We'll go backstage for a few minutes, possibly. So the link is still up if you want to hop backstage. But otherwise, we'll see you next week. Love you, everybody. Thank you, Patreons. You guys are the best. Appreciate the support. I can barely talk. Good night, everybody. It's time to sign off.
Good night, guys.